We Real Reels. Welcome back to We Real Reels, the monthly podcast where we review old movies to find out if they are as good as we remember or if they make you want to get to the chopper. I'm your host, Panda Brandon, and with me are my two half-brothers, the Grizzly Zay and the Polar Dev. This podcast does contain spoilers, and we'll be discussing the movie at length. This is a mature content podcast, so be prepared for harsh language and awkward situations. All sound clips, music, and trailers are only used for review purposes and belong to their respective owners. This podcast is also sponsored by The Collectors and Shots and Squash Gym. This podcast is also could be sponsored by you. You know, just throwing a little kickback to it. There's a link in the description, guys. You can support the Bears just for a little bit. We're not asking for anything, actually. We don't really need it. But, you know, hey, if you want to throw something our way, we really appreciate it. So, how you guys been feeling?
Been feeling great, man. I'm kind of hungover at this point because I'll tell you about it in our segment, our What You Doing, What You Gonna Do segment.
Fucking great.
I'm all right, bro.
Do you know why I'm great? Because the movie we're doing is based on my favorite motherfucking bodybuilder of all time. I'll get the pump. You gotta get the pump in your muscles.
Lou Ferrigno.
Fuck out of here. If you want me to say that, I need more of a deaf kind of... I don't even know how to do that voice because I don't want to do it.
Brandon, you got it.
Lou Ferrigno,
Oh,
that
sorry.
like weak voice.
Ferrigno.
Yeah, do a Lou Ferrigno voice.
Shit. Well, I haven't heard him talk in a while, but I'm sure it's something like, you know, hey, this is what I do. I lift weights all the time, you know?
No, do a... What was the one? Was it one where he was in...
No.
What movie was he in? What was that? I Love You, Man?
Yeah.
What was the one?
Who is that guy?
Yeah.
They kind of talk. I just talk like how.
Are you going to tell my
how,
how?
yeah, how deaf people
wrong.
talk.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that's kind of the. Didn't he used to be deaf, or he had some kind of hearing
No,
impairment?
he's still there. Yeah, he's got some issues. But that's what's funny is if you go back and watch Arnold's Pumping Iron, one of his first bodybuilding movies he got famous on, there's a segment in there where he's going up against Lou Ferrigno in Mr. Olympia. And, dude, he is an absolute asshole to Lou Ferrigno and his family. Like, Lou Ferrigno's family takes Arnold out to breakfast, pays for it, to just be nice, just talk to him. And Arnold's talking shit the whole time. He's like, how do you feel raising a boy who is going to get beat by this? And he's like flexing his biceps and shit, just talking shit. He's an asshole, man. Just a jerk.
I call that competitiveness.
Well, he whooped his ass, so it worked. It wasn't close.
Well, let's not waste any further time. Let's go ahead and get into our segment of what you doing, what you been doing, and what you gonna do.
Hey, watch it, pal. What have you been doing? What are you gonna do, huh?
Oh, Polar here. Let's see. What have you been doing this past month?
Past month, man, I've been hanging out, working, doing a lot of disc golf. We've been playing disc golf every Sunday. Me and a group of dudes getting together every Sunday, 8 a.m., trying to get different rounds in at different courses. Just a bunch of guys kind of getting out, letting everything kind of from work and life in general just flow, opening it up, giving you some mind space. But doing that, I did also watch Texas put them motherfucking hands on Alabama last weekend in college football. I got to watch that. I got to watch Sugar Sean O'Malley completely I don't even want to say obliterate because the fight was even up until a certain point if you're a UFC fan. But if you watch it back, you can see that Sean O'Malley is a elite striker, and he did what he did for that first round to set up what ended the fight. He waited. He baited him in, goaded him, and then just put that dude to sleep. And which is crazy to think about because Aljamain Sterling is a legitimate UFC fighter. Very good.
But that's two great champions that lost their titles.
Yes, because we also watched Adesanya, Izzy Adesanya, get 100% in all facets destroyed by Sean Strickland, which nobody saw coming. I mean, my neighbor bet $10 on it and won 180 because it was such an upset. I mean, I did not seeing it go. I'm pretty sure all of us were silent up until Sean Strickland dropped him in that second round, and then we were silent after that because it did not make logical sense. He beat the brakes off of him, dude.
Yeah. Just had him backed up to the corner, man. He wasn't able to do anything offensive.
Oh, it was rough to watch. It was rough to watch, but it was good to watch at the same time because I like Adesanya, but something about him lately has been just bothering me. I don't know what it is about his personality or who he's involved with outside of fighting. Some of the things he said, and some of the things he's done recently, they're just not good things. Just odd. And Sean Strickland has done the same thing. I mean, he's the one who's famous for putting out the quote saying that, women coming into the workforce was what ruined America, which was taken out of context a little bit, but at the same time, it for sure was. That wasn't the full quote, but that was pretty much the gist of it. But yeah, I watched that. I got to see my Oakland or Las Vegas Raiders beat Denver last week. I don't know how I feel about the game this week with the Bills. I think Josh Allen's going to come out and separate himself. But I've been watching sports, watching some disc golf, playing disc golf. I also did some betting on the Fanatics app. I don't know if any of you are familiar with this, but throughout the month of September, if you can do a link where you bet $10 and you send it to somebody, and you get $100 and they get $100. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. But I did that, so I got a bunch of Fanatics cash, which is used for gear. You can't use it to bet. It's not bettable. But you can use it to buy shirts, jerseys. But $10 to get, you can use it up to 6 times. So I think if you bet $10, you get up to $600 if you do it that many times. But it's cool. It's very cool. You can buy any sports gear, WWE, UFC, they have music stuff, they have Disney stuff, they have Marvel. They got a ton of stuff on that website that you can buy. Next month, I'm going to play disc golf some more. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get more confident in myself. At one time, I was pretty highly rated in the disc golf community, and I stopped doing tournaments. I'm trying to get myself back confidence-wise to be able to play some tournaments now and get back to where I was and enjoy the game as much as I did before. I do that. Hunting, fishing is starting to get to fall, so fishing's about to come back around. The heat's starting to go away, and then I know Grizzly, we were talking about going to your land and kind of scouting that out to see what we might be able to hunt. Deer, turkey, whatever's available. I know we've talked about that before, but that's definitely an option for this winter. So that's the plan. And then in October we're going to Universal, so I'm getting ready for that. So that's the plan for the future. I got some work shit coming up, but I've been fucking killing it. I did get invited to interview for a global team at work. Only 15 people were selected in the entire world. We are a global company where I work. I got invited. I submitted my application. I'll do an interview process, and then if I get selected, I'll be working with executives and CEOs for my company to work on some projects with them. So I'm pretty excited about that. I was happy to get invited to that. It was good for work. It was good for me. So yeah, but that's what I've been doing, man.
So what you're saying is you're able to give me a job in the future?
No, I'm not giving you.
Come on.
No, I might get you a job. You could be my secretary. You can file my motherfucking papers. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. That's what I'm gonna do. Try and spend some more time with the family and friends, and just enjoy what's going on right now in life, man. It's a good time.
That sounds good, bro.
That's all right. Let's go ahead and pass it over to you, Grizzly.
Okay, what I've been doing. So really not too much this past month. Just trying to get myself to a point where I can finally take my mom on a vacation. So I've been saving up to do that, me and my wife, to take my mom to Vegas for a week. We're going to see if we can do that around New Year. But it's really just working, grinding, trying to get my...
Hey, make sure when you go to Vegas, please, for me, go to Area 15.
I'll see what I can do. Yeah, because we're not going to get a car. We're just going to get Uber and Lyft to drop us off everywhere. So
I think Area 15 is on that strip, the main strip.
Oh, yeah, if it is,
if you can... For me, because I don't think I'll ever be able to go to Vegas because I don't think I'd ever make it back. I'd end up being one of those people on the street doing whatever the fuck was required to
living
survive.
Those underground sewers.
Yeah, whatever. But please go to Area 15 for me.
I got you, bro. Really, that's it. Just working, grinding, trying to take care of this. I'm trying to get my diet back in order. I think I talked to you guys about that. yesterday, one of my friends had a birthday party, and I think it was like Mexican New Year or something like that, or
Spanish.
I don't think the Mexican New Year is different. I know the Asian one is.
No, I think it's Spanish. It was like the day that they declared their freedom. It's like Noche or something.
Okay, so the Independence Day.
Yeah. It was that's what UFC did, was some kind of Noche, or it was cool.
Yeah, but he had his daughter's birthday party that same day, so he invited me. I think I tried to invite you guys, but I love being around that culture, man. Everybody was trying to get me to dance.
They're fun. They're fun.
They're fun.
They're friendly. It is such a good culture.
And this guy maybe had 700 or 800 beers just in coolers, just ready for everybody to drink. Tequila, whiskey, all that stuff.
And you didn't bring nothing today?
I could have, but I wanted to give you guys what I enjoy.
He got about 7 coolers full of shit at the house that he ain't trying to share.
No, I'm trying to go to him and be like, hey man, let me get some Modelo, because he had 12 or 13 not open yet in the refrigerator.
Cases or just beer?
Cases.
God
Cases.
Damn.
And then the coolers that they had was awful.
See, that's why I didn't come, because
it would have been messed up.
bad influence for me.
So needless to say, I woke up really, really late today. That's probably why you almost left me this morning.
Your ass was motherfucking... What do you mean left you? What do you mean? Hold on. Why you keep saying morning, bro? It's motherfucking 2 o'clock where we're at.
Exactly.
3 o'clock. You said, hey, I'm going to be there at 2 to 2:30. I left my house at 2:40 because your ass didn't respond to a text message.
Yep. I'm telling you, bro, I'm not feeling 100% right now. That was because last night I was dancing up a storm and eating tacos and quesadillas and dancing with everybody who would take my hand. It was crazy, dude. I couldn't understand a single word anybody was saying, but I was up in there. dancing.
That's why I put them things on your leg, didn't I? You said you was dancing with anybody.
Anybody to take my hand, bro. That was fun. I wish you guys would have came.
I wish I would have been there, big dog.
It would have been great. But
Who was watching that fight, bro?
Yeah, I ended up not having like too good of a time because of people, but it's fine. Other than that, like what I'm going to do is, I think for the past couple weeks I've been trying to grind up also and get my gun, so when we hunt I can have that. So I'm building up money to get my rifle and bullets so I can finally go on that land, prep it with you, and then kill my first whitetail.
You only need 1 bullet.
Well, I need to practice zero my scope.
We need to figure out where to go, somewhere to sight it in.
So, like I told everybody here before, that's my dream. I've never done it before. I'm ready to finally go hunting for the first time.
Do you think mentally and physically you're ready to actually skin it and do all the leg work that goes into it?
I believe so, because if I'm bored or if I'm like tired or sleepy, if I put on one of these hunt videos and try to learn from this, I'm always excited about it,
Yeah, but that's what I'm asking. I'm asking you: are you willing to take the knife and do the cutting into the flesh, into the? You got to empty the shit sack. You got to empty the bladder. You got to not cut the bladder because you don't want the piss going on the meat.
Yeah.
You got to know where to cut, when to cut. You got to bleed them out.
Well, as long as somebody's there to show me, I'm willing to do everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Papa Bear Scott will show you how to do it.
Okay. Yeah, I need some type of mentor to teach me all that.
He's got it all down, but I just want to make sure, because, dude, when I first went in there, it's not even, for me, it wasn't the look or like the doing of any of it. It was the smell. It's a different smell. It'll. And then like when we went dove hunting, trying to do the doves, when you get into that, man, it's brutal. I mean, you're taking and pretty much just putting your thumbs in the middle of their chest as a bird and just pushing as hard as you can and ripping. Brutal.
If it's anything like doing fish, I think it's easy enough. But I'm talking about like birds and stuff.
Do you feel though that like you have different feelings towards fish than you do mammals? Like where you're like, man, fuck them fish. I don't give a shit. I'll fuck them fish up. And then you're like, for birds and mammals, you're like, well, I don't know, like Bambi, maybe not.
I don't think so. I think I'm just excited to get out there and do this. It's something I always see myself doing. So I
think I might be like I don't know what word
monster?
we'd use. No, not a monster, but like I might be like racist against fish or something. Like I don't give a fuck. I'll fuck up a fish. I don't give a shit. But when it comes to like a rabbit or like certain, like some of those cuter animals, in my opinion, I struggle with those. But the fish, man, fuck them fish.
Mm-hmm. I think it's something to do with conservation because I know that this land hadn't been taken care of in the past 20 or 30 years. So it kind of needs to be something done with these.
20 or 30 years, or has it been since we arrived? We've been fucking it up since day one, bro.
Oh, no, bro. But I know there's deer, rabbit, and turkeys just running wild over there. So I think we need to do something to quell the numbers. But
Population control, huh?
Yeah, population control.
I'd leave your rabbits alone, but yeah, the turkey and the deer are
Fuck
good.
them rabbits.
Yeah, but they're not going to be good eating. You can kill them, but I don't think the eating's going to be any good. They're too fast. That's gamey.
We'll see. But yeah, that's my plan.
Hey, before you even finish, I do want to say that one of my bucket list things is to hand fight a turkey. So if that happens in this hunting get together, this will be on that podcast. But I want to fist fight a turkey.
Okay.
I'm going for it.
Well, good luck to you, sir.
I lose.
Well, old Panda Bear, man, we've had a lot going on this last month. We celebrated Koala's birthday, and we had a outdoor projector thing. We set up the inflatable projector screen, had a projector going, and we played The Blackening. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that, but that movie is
That movie is
absolutely
fucking awesome.
hilarious. That movie is hilarious.
That nerdy ass dude, isn't it?
Yeah, that was pretty cool, man. The wrestling boys showed up. My dad showed up. We had a good time. The only person that didn't show up was old Polar Bear. Kind of disappointed me right there, man. Old Grizzly showed up, and he showed up late and drunk as hell. And
Of course.
I think that's the reason I didn't show up. I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that
all
might have
right.
been the reason I didn't show up. I don't think I was able to drive.
well, it was all right, man. We had ended up having a good time. We ended up playing cards afterwards, Uno, and it's just hilarious playing with the wrestling boys and old Wayne. And man, yeah, just seeing different people from different backgrounds, like that you would never think would be together, like just having a good time. It was something crazy. It's always something crazy, man, because I got random ass friends from all over the fucking world, and bringing them together is always awesome. You know, there's never no conflict. It's always cool, a peaceful time. Besides that, I actually watched a couple of movies. Last night I watched, what was it called? Haunting in Venice. It's a part of the trilogy for Murder on the Orient Express. And it was pretty damn good.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was
I
awesome.
didn't know how I felt about them going that route.
Yeah, and that's one of the movies, trilogies that's going to go down in history as all three being good.
God damn it.
Yeah,
Wow.
all three. Just like Lord of the Rings, The Matrix, Beverly Hills Cops.
We're going to have to shut
Something
this
like
podcast down early so we can go see it again?
Probably, because that movie was pretty good.
God
What
dang
is
it.
this?
I really
you
want to
guys
see
are
it
talking
now.
about?
It's a murder mystery movies, man. It's about this, the world's greatest detective. He's like this French detective, and he just picks up clues, and he figures out, solves these impossible crimes, and it's pretty awesome.
Do his accent.
The murder on the Orient Express. He had to find a killer who killed a prisoner. And, you know, I ain't going to spoil it for you, but yeah, he had to figure out that one. And it was on a train. They were trapped on a train because the snow fell in, so he had to figure out who killed this guy. It was somebody on that train. It seems like, though, the patterns of his crimes or whoever, because it's after a book, so the author, they like sticking him in situations where nobody can leave. Because the death on the Nile was the same way. They were on like a little riverboat tour of the Nile. Somebody killed somebody. It was only the people on the boat that could have done it. So everybody was stuck on the boat until he figured out who it was. Same thing with the one in Venice. They're inside this building. It's like three floors. And there's only two ways out, which are by boat, you know, because Venice is full of water. And so they just locked those doors, and he had to figure out who did it.
How does he always get put into the situation to when the murder happens? Like, he doesn't come in after some shit happened. He's always present when it happens. It's like, hey, who invited this motherfucker? It's like they're like whoever the killer is like, bitch, you ain't gonna catch me.
Yeah, well,
Little hubris.
yeah, he ends up catching him. Yeah, it does seem like the killer is always trying to play it cool and just blend in with the rest of them. It seems to be a theme in these movies. They don't ever just try to make a break for it and get the fuck out of there.
It's not like none of those Netflix documentaries are like, hey, the greatest murderer of all time invited the greatest inspector of all time to catch him. No, it's
Yes. But I watched that. I watched a whole season of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Nice.
And I watched the movie Jujutsu Kaisen Zero,
Nice.
which one dude come into the shop and he was just talking this movie up like this is the greatest thing ever. He was like, if Demon Slayer didn't have the good animation it does, it'd be mid. And I was like, I don't agree with that, but okay, that's your opinion.
let me get some slang on you.
Yeah, so I watched this movie
Mid.
and I was like, this movie's fucking mid. It was okay, but it was not as good as that fucking train movie from Demon Slayer. that mother goes off a chain.
I don't know what y'all are talking about.
You don't know nothing.
Yeah, you're right. I'm confused.
But besides that, I also watched a movie called Hypnotic. It's on Peacock. It's got Ben Affleck in there, and it's about people who have the ability to hypnotize people, kind of just using their brain power, and they just get away with it. You know, like people robbing banks, they'll go up to a person and be like, "Hey, it's hot outside today," and she'll be like, "It's hot outside today. You should probably take your clothes off." And the lady just starts taking her clothes off, causing a scene while he's in there telling the security guards to empty the safe and all this crap. Pretty interesting movie.
It's like that superpower from Jessica Jones.
Exactly, yeah, the power of persuasion.
Huh. Was Matt Damon in there?
No, Matt Damon
Matt
was not
Damon
in there.
wasn't in it?
No.
Poor Matt.
And then also, my panda bear cub, he's getting to the age where he can learn manners. And so I've been instilling manners into him because everyone knows that manners maketh man. And he's starting to learn, hey, can I get a snack, please? Can I have this, please? Pick up your toys. Yes, sir. Learning stuff like that. So it's pretty awesome. I'm getting a little proud of him, man. He's doing his thing. But he's learned, where his penis is. Yeah, and it looks like he hurts himself, man, but he just be pinching the shit out of that thing whenever it's bath time or something. And I'm like, bro, don't do that. And so I'm about to give him a bath, and I'm putting him in the bath, and he's like, let's fight. And I was like, no, we're not going to fight. I'm going to punch you in the penis. I was like, whoa, what? No, you don't punch people in the penis, man. What's wrong with you?
It's an easy win tactic.
Yeah, so he's cold-blooded, man. But it's been awesome teaching him that and seeing him grow. He, maybe not just him, but all kids, man, they just live in the moment. They, especially at that age, he hasn't got the idea that people are not so nice. Not everybody is nice. There are evil people out there, but he is just living in the moment, man. We went to Sam's, and we had sat by the picnic table things, just waiting for Koala to get a pizza or something. And everybody who's leaving, he's just waving at them. Just waving. I'm like, quit waving at people. These are strangers. You don't know strangers. You got to teach them, hey, some people are dangerous.
Stranger danger.
Yeah, you can't talk to everybody. You can't be nice to everybody. You just be cool. Just they wave at you, wave back. You ain't got to be mean or nothing, but just be cool.
You should let him do it because it'll brighten up somebody's day.
Might brighten somebody's day. Somebody who thinks they're going to get a little fucking 3-year-old on their fucking hand. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Damn Santa Claus.
But besides that, man, next month I've been motivated to start doing something. I keep talking about I'm going to start doing this, start working out, I'm going to start doing this, blah, blah, blah. Well, Koala has been getting on it like every morning. She is on the treadmill, and I'm starting to see the results of her flat stomach, and I'm starting to get a little jelly. So I'm normally used to complaining about her. You ain't doing shit. Look at you. You got a big old tubby, and now I'm the big tubby, okay? So I cannot
Switched
be
roles.
Yeah, I cannot be the big tubby no more. I got to do something about this.
Jelly belly.
So I'm gonna start getting into it, man. I'm gonna start hitting.
You got an unlimited membership to Shots and Squats Gym.
Shots and Squats Gym. It only costs $50 in gas each time.
That is true. You got to drive out there, but it's there. It's available for you if you want it.
And then the last thing I did last month was there's one more thing I did last month. Sorry, let me add that to there. The countryside of my family had a get together for two people that passed away, Jack and Edward, and I went out there to see them, man, and it was awesome. They didn't know I was coming, so they were super excited about me being there, and it was amazing just seeing them again and just remembering like all the times we had. Like we used to have these huge Christmas parties, and they would show up, and I only get to see them once a year because these were like distant cousins and stuff. But it was always a good time. They loved me. My aunt, great aunt Janine was there. We call her Neen, and I was always her favorite. So she was super excited to see me and getting caught up with all them, seeing what their lives are about now. It was awesome. But a little story about that is that everyone isn't so accepting. We used to have a couple of members from that side of the family who were extremely racist. And they were actually married to the source of the racism, one of their husbands. And he passed away. He'd been gone for like 2 years, I think, or something like that. Well, ever since then, the wife, who was actually related to us, has been super nice to me. You know, she messages me on Facebook, likes all my pictures, says this is great, that's great, and all stuff. Gives me a hug when I see her and stuff. So she has completely flipped the script because I believe that dude's gone.
She felt that guilt.
And her son was the same way. And so when I got there, I didn't feel like I needed to say anything to the son because I didn't want to, start that reaction of, don't talk to me, whatever. You're not my kind or whatever. And so I didn't say nothing. But when he was about to leave, he was like, "Hey, man, it's good to see you again." And I was like, "Oh, you're not racist no more? Well, what is this? This is amazing. Okay, hey, how you doing, man? It's good to see you. All right." Because, if you were a certain way, that's in the past. You know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with you now, and I don't hold grudges. So if you're cool, man, I'm cool. I react how you react to me. Let's just be cool. So that was awesome seeing that. These people aren't racist anymore, and the source was that husband, that old man. That I don't know. I guess he was just the way he was until he died, and now he's gone. Now Earth's a better place.
Think about how many other people are out there that are the same way. That don't want to feel that same hate, and just somebody in their life just pushes them towards it. Sad. Get over it, motherfucker.
Yeah, now he's gone, and the panda's still here. And that's it for me for that last month, and that's it for all of us. So,
before we start, you don't have any shop stories?
Yeah, what about that one dude? He coming back. He come back in. What about your boy?
Yeah.
What about your boy?
Your boy.
What boy? Mr. Charlie.
Yeah,
Mr.
Charlie. Mr. Charlie. What up, Mr. Charlie?
Mr. Charlie might be dead.
Oh,
I haven't seen Mr. Charlie in about a month and a half. I don't know.
Son of a bitch, we gave him up. We gave up his location. He was in witness protection.
I do think I might have had my first theft the other day. It was a Star Wars figure.
Did you fuck him up?
No, because I wasn't
damn it.
for sure. And you can't question somebody. You give me a steal. I don't want to cause that whole scene, but it was a small little dude, black hair, balding at the top, had a little black jacket on. And I heard some kind of a plastic move, and I look over to him, and he's messing with the inside of his jacket. And I was like, he's looking at the Star Wars figure. Star Wars does not sell well in Lebanon. Okay? So this is probably a figure I would have gave him for free.
Makes sense.
Yeah, these things they're little small mini figures, too. They're probably about, 3 inches big, something like that. And he said he's looking for some kind of stormtrooper or something. I was like, I don't know. I don't get many of those in, but yeah, that's what I got. And so I heard that little fluff. And so I started watching him then. I was like, what's this guy doing? And he slowly limps out. He wasn't limping in, but he limped out. I thought it was weird. But anyway, I got this device, a remote, where I can click it and the door will magnetize. And I think it's like 1,200 pounds of pressure. So it'll lock you in there if you're trying to steal something, That'll give me time to, put these panda bear claws on it, let you know how that feels.
Or a bullet.
But no, I didn't do any of that because I wasn't really for sure. But I did go back into the back and get a couple more stormtroopers to put them out. And I checked my inventory, and I know for sure I had given one out for free already. But I had an extra one that was missing. So I can't say I don't keep up with inventory like to the exacts. So I can't really say that he stole something. But he was acting kind of fishy, and then it was just some weird stuff going on there. But besides that, man, there hadn't been any crazy-ass customers coming in lately, so that's pretty cool.
Well, here's your first note, is that Star Wars, I think Disney's starting to figure it out now, too, is that it fucking sucks. No one cares.
Well, they might have turned that around, man. This Ahsoka,
maybe with that one's a good one.
That Ahsoka series.
They had it going with Baby Yoda, and they fucked that up because that series went to shit. Mandalorian, the last season was terrible, in my opinion. I liked the first two, but I thought the last season was just not good.
I liked it.
But the new one, that new series they got going on is decent, but I wonder if this writer's strike and all that type of stuff is gonna... We'll see.
We will see.
You saw what The Rock did.
And The Rock did all. But let's go ahead and move on to our second segment, really. What we like to call Grizzly's Anime in Arms.
It's over 9,000.
All right, guys, I want to let you know that this one won't be too long because this...
That's what she said.
This specific anime kind of goes along with the movie that we're reviewing today. It is called Darwin's Game. Darwin's Game came out in 2015 with only 11 episodes, which the anime community desperately wants a second season of. It's really good. I liked it. It's illustrated by a company called Flip Flop. They've never done anything this good, in my opinion. Which you can find this on Netflix and Crunchyroll and Hulu. Now let me ask you guys a question. We've always done this. We've always came up with scenarios like, what superpower would you want? So let me ask you guys, what superpower would you guys want where it's a life or death situation? It's only one specific one. So you can get like X-ray vision or you can get invisibility. What would you choose, Polar?
Oh, goddamn, put me on the spot.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Because that's how fast it happens is press the button, pick your shit.
I'd take invincibility.
Invincibility.
And most people would say that's stupid because you're going to see all your loved ones die and all. But you get to relive that.
Well, now hold on. There's a difference between invincibility and immortality.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but what's going to take me out?
Old age. You can still die.
I guess that's true.
But you just can't be hurt.
Maybe that's what I meant.
You can they push you in the ocean.
No, I want to live forever. I want to live forever.
Okay, so immortality.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Immortality. I don't think you can choose something that specific
Why not?
where you can never die.
Why not?
But it has to be something
It's my superpower.
you can control.
Choose what I want, you asshole.
That's what he wanted.
God damn it, don't ask me a question and tell me I can't do it. Damn it. It's like being like, hey man, he asked for a 14-inch dick. No, you can only have 12. That's all you can get. Sorry. Sorry. Superpowers are only limit certain things. No, I want to live forever. I want to see the start of this shit and the end of it.
We'll try it again, okay? Let's try this again.
Okay, that's another question.
Yeah. So say it was like a Marvel type world where you could pick a single thing. Not invincibility.
It's like a mutant. I'm a mutant.
Not
That's
immortality.
the same question, but no immortality.
No immortality. Oh, gotcha. Man. I'd probably want... is there an option for the ability to travel time?
You could probably do it in like little clips. Like
Yeah, but if I could go back to like
we can do it like
2009 and be like, Texas Longhorns are going to win the fucking national championship and bet on
like
it.
a minute or two.
Yeah, I think there'd be limits on
Oh,
that.
okay.
It's like a limit too.
If there's limits like that, fuck out of here. I'll just give me super strength. We'll just be easy. I'm sorry. I've made this too difficult.
Silver strand.
I apologize.
Panda?
I'm going to go with super speed. It's always between super speed and super intelligence. Because if you have super intelligence, you just look at a situation, you're like, okay, I'm stuck on a desert island and I need to get off here. I just look at some trees and some broken twigs and be like, I can make an airplane out of that.
But you don't have the ability.
But super speed,
You can run off that bitch.
yeah, I just think about Flash and the Speed Force. I can vibrate through things. I can run so fast. I can go through time. I can run across water.
Yeah,
so
well, isn't there
I'm going
always
super speed.
There's always a drawback to those. Even like super strength, like there's a drawback to that because I'd probably break a lot of shit. You don't know your own strength.
Super speed one for Flash is his metabolism. He has to eat
Right.
a lot.
You're a super intelligence, you would be so fucking frustrated with all the stupid fucking people around you. That would be frustrating, right? You would be so much smarter.
So you'd have to be an alcoholic like Rick.
Yeah, 100%. Like there's always a drawback to every one of them.
Okay. So I think I'll choose an impenetrable force field.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get to choose who comes into it.
I can keep everything out of it.
Like you
I'll
just
wrap it around my body.
and it shows up.
Wrap it around my body like Gojo in Jujutsu Kaisen.
I don't know what that is.
So you'd be like Luke Cage, just having impenetrable skin.
Yeah, force field. Because then I can push it out.
Push it to the limit.
Circumference. But
Sorry.
in this case, it was a high school student named Kaname who received the invitation from his classmates during Darwin's game, mobile game. And what happens is a snake will come out and it'll stick his neck. And now you're in the game. And anybody can challenge you. You can challenge anybody, and they don't even have to accept it. You can just go there. As long as they're in the game, you can just go and kill them and take their points.
What, you mean the snake bites him?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I misunderstood what you said. Sorry.
It's like a hallucination snake. It comes out of the
so
game.
his venom gives you...
Yeah, gives you the power that you do. So, yeah, and in this world, you kill people for points. So it's like me versus you. Whoever wins, the loser dies always. And
Like in real life?
yes.
Oh.
So this comes into play in real life also. So you don't just have super strength in the game. It'll be whenever you walk around too. So you have this 24/7 after you accept this app in the game, in this anime world. Yeah. Which I think is a cool concept because we always talk about it. I feel like everybody talks about it. Like, what's one superpower you would always want to have? Something like that, right?
Not if I would die. I'd be like, I'm just out, man. I don't want to
no way to
participate.
get out.
I'm out.
You don't
I
think
wanna
you would do it, though?
I mean, it'd be whatever superpower I needed to fucking survive.
Yeah.
What's needed in that world? What's needed in that environment?
Well, in this case, it was this guy, Kaname, who can produce weapons or like anything he touches just by thinking about it. So, and he can, while he's...
Like his hand turns into a weapon?
No, it's not his hand. It comes from his hand. So it's like he builds it out of his hand and he can use it at that point.
It just presents itself.
Presents itself, yeah. And at any time he could do alterations if he thinks about it to make it stronger, but then the gun would be like brittle after like one shot because all the material is going towards the bullet itself then.
So if he has a sword would be a better option.
Sword could be a better option.
Than a gun.
Yeah.
Because you can't unload 30 rounds into somebody.
Mm-hmm. But he can also pick any type of gun he wants and shoot that. He can do a bazooka, but he uses a lot of his energy.
What does he normally choose?
The one that I seen was the Beretta.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Accurate.
Beretta,
consistent.
Yeah.
I didn't cut into your something
fine.
that was coming
that's
later.
Fine. No, because all this was getting brought up anyway. Is because there's a machine gun that he brings up, and then there's the Beretta that he shows up because.
How many bullets does he get out of the machine gun? Like you said, if it's like materialized, but if he materializes a machine gun,
he materializes the bullets too.
He should get more out of that than it would be for a pistol, right? Because he's materializing it all, so. It should be the understanding of it requires more bullets.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Okay.
Yeah, but like I said, it wastes a whole bunch of his energy if he produces too much of it. Yeah, the first time he did this is one of his friends needed help. And so his friend was about to die, and he sent a game invite. And without actually being able to talk to him and tell him what this game is about, Kaname wasn't able to answer the text in time. And so the friend dies, and then the next day, Kaname gets this weird game application where he don't know what it's for, what game this is, and he just presses it, gets bit by the snake, wakes up in a hospital bed later that day with a friend telling him he shouldn't have done that.
Did they explain the snake thing? Why is there a reason for the snake thing?
They really don't in the anime.
Okay,
it's just like a part.
I just didn't know.
It's a requirement to play the game, pretty much. Yeah.
Just how it works in this universe.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if that had any significance or if that's just the way it was. Or that's cool.
And so the first person he fights is he just got out of the nurses' quarters or class, whatever that is, and he gets on a train. And he's fiddling around with his phone like, why did he send me this? And he accidentally places a match between him and, coincidentally, the person he's supposed to be fighting is in the same cart as him.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, which is actually another reason why I picked this is because the guy was chosen was a panda.
Oh.
Yeah, they could turn invisible.
Like a real panda bear?
Yeah, it's like a guy in a panda
furry?
costume. Yeah, furry.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And so he turns invisible, tries to kill Kaname, and Kaname ends up surviving.
How's he kill the panda?
He don't actually kill him. He got hit by a car because he's invisible.
Damn. Panda. Watch out for cars.
But there's a lot of different powers that you like, man, that probably would be useful, in something like this. But you got to think about before you go into this game. There's a guy that can control plants. There's a guy that can teleport like 5 meters.
Can it change situationally? Like if I go into the app another time, can I change that superpower, or does it have to be the same thing?
It's the same one.
Whatever you choose from the get-go, that every time you go into that app, it's the same?
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I think
that's a tough choice.
Yeah. There's one lady, she can anything that's on a rope or like a link, she can control, so she can do like wires or chains or something like that. So this is a pretty cool anime.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I like it. I would say this was a good one because I personally haven't seen another anime with this type of storyline in it. And it's something that I feel like I can relate to because I always want some type of superpower or something,
How many stars are you giving it?
Claws.
How many claws?
I give it 3.5 bear claws.
3.5 bear claws.
Out of 5.
I'm going to give it 5. 5 bear claws.
You ain't even seen it.
I know. I've given all of them 5 at this point. I ain't seen none of them, have I?
Well, this one's only 11 episodes. I think you and the family can get into it. It's
What's it on?
Netflix.
Okay. I don't have Netflix.
It's
You
on.
have an app. You have an app that works.
an
With
I do,
every
but we're not
cartoon
talking about
network.
that. We're just talking about not having Netflix. They charge too much and they want a password share.
Fuck Netflix.
I think they have it on Hulu.
Cancel Netflix.
Cancel them.
But yeah, I think you guys will like it. It's violent like we like, right? And I see you guys give it a shot. I think you'll like it. It goes by real fast. But then the gun is also in this anime. It's the 38 Special. Now, the 38 Special, I think, is one of the most popular guns back in the early 1900s. I'm not going to talk about anything like any specific like brand of gun of a 38 Special because every gun manufacturer pretty much makes it. But the people that started it off was a collaboration between Colt and Smith & Wesson back in it's 1897, 124 years ago.
It's a little snub nose, right?
Yeah. Well, the original was the long barrel.
Now it's the snub nose,
Now
pretty
it's the
much.
snub
Yeah,
nose,
because you can put that bitch in your boot, your pants. You can hide them real well.
Yeah. And there's a reason why the 38 Special is, well, special. This is a double action revolver that shoots 6 rounds at a time. Now, double action for a gun is when you pull the trigger, the action of pulling the trigger, it cocks it and cocks the firing pin back also, so it can shoot the bullet forward. There's some that's a single action where you have to pull the firing pin back on the revolvers and then you have to shoot it. Those are single actions. You have anything?
No, I was going to say, no one who wants to murder anyone is using one of those.
Yeah, they're not. But those
You're using real guns now at this point.
Those, like I said, this one was made in 1897 or 1898. Mm-hmm. And so
I like that you broke that down because not a lot of people understand why in the movies they cock the firing pin back.
No, it's because there's a whole different action that needs to happen whenever they do that. But this comes in vastly different colors. But a lot of them have not a bunch, but it has a wooden handle. And I don't know if that's good for stabilization. It has to be because gun owners around the world say that this one has like a non-existent recoil.
Probably just cheaper.
Possibly, but I know the recoil on this gun is amazing. The only thing that's gives you a headache is whenever you have to reload it. Because everybody knows revolvers, it doesn't eject the cylinder, the round. The shell.
So what you're saying is you got 6 shots and you better figure it out in 6 shots or you're in trouble.
Yep.
You better get it done in that job.
Yep. And they rarely misfire because it doesn't eject, so none of the powder goes everywhere else like a regular semi-automatic does.
When you brought this gun up, the only thing I thought about was like when going to Gatlinburg and those old cap guns where you had to put the little red thing in there and then pow, 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 pow.
Love those.
Man, those were fucking awesome.
And then you would take you lose the gun probably or break it or something, and then you just hit them motherfucker rocks and just pow.
Yep. Yeah. We need to get some more of those for our kids. I don't know if Ava's ever experienced those. We need to do it again.
They don't make cap guns no more. Those are not politically correct.
God damn it. We need to go to another country where they are. If it ain't in the U.S., it's probably nowhere.
But this gun was the weapon in the early 1900s to have. The Navy was using it, the Army was using it, and then whenever they got the snub nose, which I don't know if people know what a snub nose is. A snub nose is when, picture a Western, like pew-pew gun, and then pew-pew. Chop off the barrel by half, probably a little bit more than half, and there you go, snub nose.
Yep.
So just a regular revolver and you just shorten it up.
Yep. I can go for shotgun, I can go for revolver. I don't think it works for rifles though, does it? Like rifle, the whole point is accuracy for long range.
Yeah.
You'd probably shoot the dirt.
Yeah. But everybody in the Army and Navy was using this gun. And later in the 1920s to the mid-1970s, it was used by almost every single police officer and FBI agent in the whole country. So it's very accurate. It's very versatile. You know how when we shoot guns, there has a certain grain in the ammo that you can use. Mm-hmm. Normally, it has to be about 20-ish grain of whatever you can fire, right? Well, the 38 ammo can shoot from 90 grain up all the way to 200 grain.
Damn.
Yeah. That's a big difference. And if you have a semi-automatic weapon, you need about 20 grain to shoot. Otherwise, it'll misfire. It'll get stuck. It'll explode. We don't know what'll happen.
Have you ever shot a 38?
Yes.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure my polar father-in-law has one, if not, because it's different. It's a different game.
Yeah, it's great. I like it.
Yeah.
I feel like after I get my new Beretta, I'm gonna get one of these too. But you have catastrophic consequences if the grain is different than any other gun. So you can also, with this one, it's a 38 round. You can also put a 357 Magnum round in this also.
Oh wow!
And apparently it shoots way better than the 38 that's in there. So I think this gun is real popular, mainly because it took out two main people, and then it almost took out a former U.S. president.
What do you mean main people? Who did it take out?
So it took out the Beatles singer. Was it a singer?
John Lennon?
John Lennon.
Oh, my God. He got killed by 38
He got killed by 38 Special.
That's fucked up.
And then, if you LGBTQ, is a guy named Harvey Milk.
Who is Harvey Milk?
Was he a guy or a girl? Or
He was a guy. He was one of the first openly gay politicians to run for office in San Francisco.
Why they fucking? Why you shooting?
Was he like the gay MLK?
Yeah, pretty much.
So ML gay.
ML gay.
ML gay. They had to shoot him with a fucking old school racist rifle.
Yep.
Or a racist pistol.
Racist pistol, yeah. But these things are real easy to
That was a good
conceal.
one, though. ML gay. Goddamn. We're going to get shut down right now. Apple's kicking us off for fucking sure. Apple's kicking us off. Everybody else will be fine. We might be able to put some shit on Rumble.
Yeah, let's do that.
Apple's fucking us up right now. Oh, no. You shouldn't have said that. You're fucked, buddy.
But then the U.S. president that almost got taken out?
Who?
Ronald Reagan.
Oh,
damn.
I was going to say Nixon.
They almost messed him up. He got shot in the stomach, but apparently it didn't do too much damage. And
You can't stop the devil.
can't stop the devil.
I mean,
Remember, his name, first, middle, and last, all had 6 letters in it. 666.
yeah.
The
He was a motherfucker, wasn't he? I mean, all of them are. There ain't one of them who ain't, but goddamn.
Well, I think
Yeah,
they
there's
didn't
worse
like
ones
him.
than others.
I don't think the Grizzlies didn't like him because of his wife. Because she was like, just say no to drugs. Just say no. While drugs was running rampant in Grizzly communities.
Well, they were the ones pumping them in. Oh, we're going to leave that to another
Yep,
topic.
yep, yep.
Leave that to another time. Good job. Yum, yum.
But weird facts about 38 Special is that there's a band named 38 Special named after. Yeah.
They have good music?
They have, I think you guys will know the songs. It's Caught Up in You.
Nope.
That's a bullet caught up in you.
That's a good, yeah. They're keeping with the trend.
If you hear it, you'll know what it is because it's been played a lot. There's another one too, but I forgot the name of it already.
I'm sure it has something to do with super deep inside you or something like that. Puncturing your spleen.
This was in also, this one and the Beretta could go hand in hand with the most movie and TV
Oh, my God.
appearances.
We're going back and forth?
So we're gonna do a little bit, bro, because I didn't want to put that much because of how much the last one was.
It was
Shit,
a
let's
lot
go.
for the 38
I'm
special.
fucking ready. I'm
Yeah.
super excited.
Okay. You go, I go.
Okay, so it's the first Walking Tall.
They were in Bullet Train,
Foxy Brown,
Nobody,
Scarface,
The Irishman,
Terminator,
The Nice Guys,
Police Story,
The Last Witch Hunter,
Big Trouble in Little China,
Transcendence,
Beverly Hills Cop,
Iron Sky,
Lethal Weapon,
9 Dead,
Mississippi Burning. It was a good movie, honey.
It was.
Pride and Glory.
And a lot more, guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Scary Movie 4, The Departed, Four Brothers, Revolver, The Lost City, The Business.
You know what's crazy is I don't remember a lot of the movies that it was in, but when I remember that gun, when you sent me that picture of that snub nose 38, all I can think about was T.I.'s Hustle Gang, their first album. Bro, I'm pretty sure T.I. said in multiple verses that he had a snub nose 38, and that's all I can think about. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go. I'm a huge T.I. fan. Shout out.
Shout out.
Thank you, Grizzly, for that beautiful, informational. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, shit, let's go ahead.
Thank you, Grizzly, for that information on the Darwin's Game for the anime fans and the 38 special for you gun lovers out there. All right, now, boppers, it's time for you to get educated with Professor Polar.
School's in session. Time to learn, motherfuckers.
All right, motherfuckers. I'm about to educate you on Arnold. That might have been a little fucking loud. Fuck your speakers. Get new ones if you don't like it. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Literally, all of it. I'm assuming all of us are probably of similar age. He was all of our childhoods in a nutshell, movie-wise. He was in all of the important shit. He was everywhere. Arnold was a icon.
He was the action hero.
He was. He was the Rock before the Rock came around, and he did it through bodybuilding not wrestling or whatever venue you went through. So I'm going to give you some just general details on Arnold himself. I read Arnold's book a couple years ago, and I'm telling you, I'm a huge Arnold fan, so this was a good one for me. But I wanted to give you guys, I have a bunch of information, but I wanted to give you some things that maybe I thought you did not know. Some of these you probably will, but I want to segue into other things. So Arnold Schwarzenegger was born in Thal, Austria, July 30th, 1947. So he is not Australian. He's not German. He's from Austria. The reason I bring that up is in the bodybuilding community, he was known as the Austrian Oak. He transitioned and completely revolutionized the bodybuilding world. He put it into an atmosphere of just, I mean, it wouldn't be where it is today if it was not for him. Granted, if you look at today's bodybuilders, they look completely different, but Arnold looked the way current bodybuilders do to him as he did to what bodybuilders were at his time of coming up. I mean, at 16 years old, he was blowing competitions out of the water in his country and in Germany. I say that for he won 6 Mr. Olympia titles in a row. Not 1, not 2, if we're going off the LeBron, Miami Heat shit, not 3. He won 6 in a row and then retired. He didn't lose, he retired. He was done. He had gotten his fill in the bodybuilding world. He won 19 total bodybuilding competitions. He now, if you pay attention to bodybuilding world, he has the second most prestigious competition in the world. Number 1 is still Mr. Olympia, which he won 6 of. The Arnold Classic, which is held in Columbus, Ohio, is the second most prestigious bodybuilding competition in the world. It's also where most of your powerlifting world records get broken. The Mountain from Game of Thrones broke the deadlifting world record at the Arnold Classic. Multiple different CrossFit events go on. He has transitioned it from being just a bodybuilding competition to where everybody's there. They're doing even like sports combines, 40-yard dashes, vertical jumps. They're transitioning and trying to get it to be the pinnacle of sports in general. Not only bodybuilding, but the Arnold Classic is amazing. It's very difficult to get into, but it's the second most prestigious. I don't see within the next 10 years it not being maybe the number 1. If he can go global, global's the only difference. Olympia has global. You have Olympia America, you have Olympia Australia, you have Olympia Europe, you have different versions of Olympia. So that one's, but to get to the pinnacle of bodybuilding, you're going to get on a cover of a magazine and a lot of sponsorships if you win Arnold's show. You'll probably get more than anything other than the number 1 Olympia, which is the American Olympia. Let's go into some other facts for Arnold, which will blow your mind. He was the governor of California, which we were young, so we didn't realize what was going on. He was the governor of California from 2003 to 2011. That's a long fucking span for somebody who came from Austria, became a bodybuilder, and then went into acting, and then became a governor. I mean, that transition is wild. But some of the things that'll tell you why he was so successful and the things that he did. So when he came to America, he and a buddy, Franco Columbu, which if you've ever seen Arnold Pumping Iron, if you haven't, you need to watch it. Franco Columbu was his bodybuilding buddy. He was his sparring partner, his spotter. They worked out together. They lived together. They started a brick-laying company in California when they moved there. Coincidentally, right around the time they started this company, one of the most devastating earthquakes in LA history hit. So you know who needs some work done? People who have brick. So they became multi-millionaires just off of that business. So Franco, I'm not sure what he did with his money. It's not in the Arnold book. It's not. He's a pretty private person. But Arnold took that money, and he used his money from bodybuilding as well as the bricklaying to invest in property in California. And he killed it. Maybe he's a genius. Maybe he just got lucky. But he was going from buying 4-unit buildings to transitioning those into buying 36-unit apartment buildings on the Venice Boardwalk. He was buying property where the Denver airport wanted to put runway. He had so much investment property that he was a millionaire ever before touching any acting whatsoever. He had money, which was what, in my opinion, as a bodybuilding fan, helped him become as great as he is. When you have the money and the time and the freedom, but at the same time, people who are Arnold fans will argue while he was bodybuilding and winning his 6 Olympias, he was going to school full-time, working his full-time bricklaying company, and working out all at the same time, and taking acting classes.
I heard that he had so much money that he didn't even want to like everybody else does whenever they come into acting. They don't want to be a little extra.
Right.
He wanted to be the lead man starting off.
100%.
He's like, I already have the money to do this, so I don't even want any
He had that
attention.
fuck you money to where it was like, hey, piss off. I'm not being an extra. I want to be the star. So going into that, Zay, his first film was Hercules in New York in 1970. I'm pretty sure no one fucking listening has watched it. It's old as fuck. It's not a good... for the time, it's okay, but it's not a good movie. It's pretty rough.
Also, listen, this was in his late 30s?
At that time,
Early 30s, late
1970, he was born in...
43?
47?
No, 47. Okay.
So he's in his late 20s. He's fine. I mean, he's still young, but he's older. But from that point, he went on to be in 30-plus movies. Notable movies. I'm not talking about some bullshit. I'm not talking about, hey, he's in some dumbass Disney or Redbox movie. I'm talking about, let's go through some of them. Conan the Barbarian, the series, including the Red Sonja. Yeah. Fucking great movies, right? The Red Sonja series, the Terminator series. Yeah. Commando.
Yeah.
Predator.
Yeah.
Running Man, today's movie.
Yeah.
Twins.
Yeah.
Total Recall.
Yeah.
Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah.
True Lies.
Yeah.
Eraser.
Yeah.
Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
Collateral Damage.
Yeah.
And the Expendable series.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit. He was fucking killing it. Now, if you think about some of those movies came out a little later on from when he came to the U.S. He was not a U.S. citizen for most of his movie career. He did not become a U.S. citizen until 1983. So he had already won his 6 Mr. Olympia titles. He was done with that. He was getting into some of these earlier movies like we're talking about. He got into those movies. And then Arnold, being the motherfucking stud he was, marries Maria Shriver. Bad bitch, right? Maria Shriver was bad at the time. She was a U.S. reporter. She was nice. He married her in 1986. From that point, they went on to have 5 kids. 2 girls, 2 boys that were Maria's. So if you add those numbers up, that only equals to 4. Arnold had 5 motherfucking kids. So, Mr. Arnold, one random day, decided Miss Shriver wasn't enough. And he locked his motherfucking acting, bodybuilding eyes onto Mildred, their housekeeper. I repeat that, Mildred.
I've never seen an attractive Mildred.
Was she fine?
We don't know. I picture her as looking like the person from Family Guy. The housekeeper who's like, I clean.
Oh, not Consuela.
Yeah, Consuela. I picture that. So they had the 2 girls and the 2 boys. The housekeeper, Mildred, had his 5th child, which led to his divorce in 2011 after 25 years of marriage. The kid, Joseph, was kept a secret for almost 8 years. He was about 7 to 8 years old when that came out and that blew up. That's what pretty much led him to get out of office as well. I mean, he was that shuts you down.
Wasn't she like a granddaughter of like the Kennedys or
Yeah,
something like
she
that?
is. She's related to the Kennedys for sure.
Okay. So
But
she had money.
He fucked up.
Yeah.
What you're saying? I mean, he's very famous. Yeah, Mildred is a dumpster fire.
I mean, she's okay. Probably that Hispanic side that really attracted him to this.
She was vacuuming, shaking that ass around, listening to some fucking Rodrigo or
salsa
some
music
shit,
or something.
just getting it on, and he was like, God damn it. But that's what happened. So, from there, some facts about Arnold, but I do want to give you this last fact. Arnold himself, in all those great movies and all of his fucking great acting career, he was and has received 31 award wins, 37 nominations, some of which include nothing that fucking matters. He hasn't won a single award that fucking matters. He's won a bunch of Razzies and nonsense awards, Teen Choice Awards. He hasn't won a single.
And Razzies are for like the worst movies.
Yes. He has not won a single legitimate movie award ever for anything.
Yet you will always remember him.
Do it. Let me hear everybody say,
Ah.
and that's it for fucking Arnold.
Wow. Absolutely amazing. There are some actors who have won, global nominations for Emmys and Oscars and whatnot. And
Never heard of them.
Yeah, and we don't even know about them, but we will always remember Arnold.
Everyone remembers Arnold. He's a U.S. history fucking... I mean, you put him in the fucking... In schools. He needs to be in books. Everyone needs to know who Arnold is. Like, hey, he killed the first aliens that came to Earth. Put that shit in there. Fuck it. Let's go.
Let's go. And speaking of let's go on with our movie review. But before we do, we always enjoy our movie review with a nice adult beverage. And this month's beverage is, Grizzly?
It's a Kraken.
The Kraken Black Spice Rum. Mm-hmm. And it is owned by Proximo Spirits, a private alcohol beverage import company based in Jersey City, New Jersey. The Kraken brand was established in March 2009. Proximo Spirits also owns and operates the Jose Cuervo tequila brand. The Kraken Black Spice Rum is a Caribbean black spice rum. It is distilled in Trinidad and Tobago and blended with 13 secret spices. The rum is aged between 1 and 2 years. It has notes of vanilla, warm ginger,
I tasted that.
and cinnamon,
I tasted that.
with accents of clove, nutmeg,
Ooh, I love nutmeg.
coffee,
Ooh,
sweet toffee,
nice.
and golden syrup.
My super refined palate tastes all of those.
It has a powerful caramel and molasses nose with just a hint of spice. That's it for the Kraken.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty good. I
Yeah.
take back what I said. Or you can cut this out, Brandon, but I take back what I said originally about the liquor. I thought you were talking about the Cannonball one. What's the one in the Cannonball? The rum.
That's gross.
I fucking hate that one. The one that comes in that fucking Cannonball. Dude, I
Yeah.
fucking can't stand that bullshit.
I don't know what
I
that
thought
is.
that's what it was.
I don't know.
My bad.
But,
Do it in a Scottish accent. The Kraken.
well, the Kraken
No, you gotta do it.
has been in movies and TV shows. How
Oh,
about that?
nice.
Yeah. Like How I Met Your Mother, Jane, The Marksman, Happily, The Ranch, and The Boys. Amazon's The Boys.
Oh,
The
okay.
boys is the shit,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, let's go.
Hell yeah. Remember that damn V.
Kraken.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started to our review of The Running Man.
In the year 2017, an innocent man accused of a crime has a choice. Hard time or prime time.
Sensational. Perfect contestant. I want him.
He must pay or play the running man.
On your mark.
I'll be back.
Go!
The highest rated TV show in history.
Guess they want us to stay.
It's a game between life and death.
Can you lift?
Arnold Schwarzenegger is the running man. He's playing for a prize. The prize is his life.
How about the life?
The running man.
All right, let's get into our review of The Running Man. Where to watch? You can watch this movie on Amazon Prime, Paramount Plus, and MGM Plus, or buy it on Blu-ray and DVD, or just buy it on digital, from wherever you want to. It was directed by Paul Michael Glacier, who also did Band of the Hand, The Cutting Edge, The Air Up There, and Kazam.
Kazam.
Kazam was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the one with Shaq?
Yeah, I don't know if I would say that was a
Shazam,
good
ain't
one.
it?
That was Shazam.
No, Shazam is the DC superhero. Kazam is Shaq.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. It's a good one.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh, what?
This movie is starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, Maria Conchita Alonso, Yapet Kotto, Richard Dawson, Jesse Ventura, Jim Brown, Erlen van Lith de Jude, Gus Reinschwitz, Professor Tonka. Yes, his name is Professor Tonka. Mick Fleetwood. It came out in November 13th, 1987. The other movies that came out in November of 1987 were The Nest, The Last Emperor, Strike Commando, 3 Men and a Baby, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Eddie Murphy's Raw, Teen Wolf 2, Howling 3, and Deathstalker 2. It made $38.1 million on a $27 million budget. What do you guys think of that?
I don't know if that's a lot.
That sounds bad.
For how much like stars they put in here. Jesse the Body Ventura with
yeah, but at that time, that's a lot of fucking
money.
Are
you kidding me? In
that's
1980,
a lot of money.
1987
to make two point something $million.
$38.1 million.
What was their
budget? Was 27
Oh no,
million.
yes, you almost made you made over $10 million. Yeah, fuck yeah, that's good money, dude. At that
time,
you could have bought all kinds of shit.
Compared to like
that'd be like $100 million right now.
Compared to like Friday or movies that's like here today.
You go fuck yourself. That's a good movie.
But I'm saying like Friday was what, like $500,000? What was that? And they made how much money?
Yeah, but how good of a movie was that?
I mean, I think the biggest budget to gain ever. I think about Paranormal Activity.
Paranormal Activity,
yeah. Just cameras. It ain't about it's about what's required to go in. I mean, Friday ain't a whole lot. You know, you just go into a random neighborhood and put some people on porches. You don't need a whole lot. Big worm, baby, with that motherfucking ice cream truck.
Let's go ahead and get to the plot and let's start this bad boy up.
Let's go.
The year is 2017. The world economy has collapsed. The United States has sealed off its borders and has become a military-controlled police state, which controls TV, movies, art, books, communication, and censorship.
Oh, so we turn into China.
In the police state, America has become criminals have a choice. They can serve their sentence in prison, or they can take part in The Running Man, a government-owned violent game show where contestants running for freedom are pursued by stalkers, wrestler-like bounty hunters. The Running Man is the top-rated show on network TV, and Damon Killian, the creator and host, is the most popular entertainer in the U.S. But one man has yet to play. Former L.A. police officer Ben Richards, framed for the massacre of innocent people, when disobeyed orders is recaptured after escaping from prison. Ben is forced to appear on The Running Man, joined by resistant fighters William Laughlin and Harold Weiss, and Amber Mendez, a network employee who Richards took hostage, are chased by the stalkers as they search for the secret base of the resistance, as they bid to broadcast the truth about the government and prove Ben's innocence. We open up to the movie title with a prologue laying out how this world works. And it says, by 2017, the world economy has collapsed, pretty much like the plot. Food, natural resources, and oil are in short supply. A police state divided into paramilitary zones rules with an iron hand. Television is controlled by the state, and his sadistic game show called The Running Man has become the most popular program in history. All art, music, and communications are censored. No dissent is tolerated, and yet a small resistance movement has managed to survive underground when high-tech gladiators are not enough to suppress the people's yearning for freedom. More direct methods become necessary.
I feel like they missed it by a couple years.
Yep.
I feel like by 2025 we might be pretty close. We might be pretty close to this same fucking thing.
Well, we end up seeing Arnold, our boy over here, piloting a helicopter full of police, and he gets the order to eliminate some protesters that are unarmed. And he decides to refuse and is detained for disobeying the orders. You know,
This movie reminds me that whenever people are in helicopters and stuff, you can automatically tell that there's a green screen in the back of it whenever they're flying.
Well, not even that. It's just that you're going off of a dystopian type atmosphere that they've given you, and all in the background of this helicopter while they're flying over L.A. or wherever they are, the city looks like it's fucking flourishing. There's no fires. Everything's lit up. Traffic's everywhere. Everybody's doing fine. You're doing a great job. So where the fuck is the poverty and shit at? Where is the dystopian oasis that they're trying to pilot?
It's on the screen whenever they was looking at it. Like little Nintendo.
Yeah, but all those people were in the middle of it. Looked like Times fucking Square, right? I mean, it would look like Times Square.
I mean, they were protesting something, so something's not going right. They give Arnold the order to go ahead and open fire on these peaceful protesters, and he's like, "What? I'm not going to do that to innocent people." And then they immediately call to the second pilot and say, "Hey, we need you to go ahead and detain old Ben Richards here.
Take him out
and shoot them people up." And so that's when Arnold refuses, and he starts to, fight back against his fellow police member.
What does he say, though?
What does he say? he does let out a and starts punching these police officers, but the numbers end up getting the better of him, and one of the police tells him, "We'll see you in hell," and knocks him out with the butt of a shotgun.
Yep. Takes him out.
After that, we see some kind of prison camp with workers using a lot of metal. I guess some kind of metal.
Looks like they're building skyscrapers or something. They're carrying eye bars around and shit. It's like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
Ben's carrying one of the biggest steel beams I've ever seen.
Looking swole as a motherfucker, ain't he?
Not struggling. He's just surveying the camp with no effort. He's just got this thing on his shoulder.
Here's another question, though, from the beginning of this thing. The guy who knocked him out with the butt of the shotgun, he had a fucking whole sleeve of shotgun shells. What's your plan with those when you're in a helicopter? Are y'all landing and you're going to murder some people? What are you doing from the helicopter with a shotgun?
I mean, with the orders that they were given, I don't
True.
doubt.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they were planning on landing and fucking some people up, but it didn't make sense.
But we see in this prison camp that there is a perimeter that is active so that the prisoners don't escape. We don't know what actually it does, but we know that they're not allowed to go past it. So there's not any, traditional walls or barbed wire or anything.
It looks like solar panels or something. It's confusing. It makes you wonder what's going on.
Yeah, and all the prisoners are wearing these collars that do something. Maybe shock them. We really don't know just yet. But Arnold has a friend named Weiss, and he's this nerd. But he's seen looking at the deactivation code as one of the guards is typing it in. And that leaves the question, why are the guards using these computers in the sight of all these prisoners?
Yeah. The other question is, why is everybody who works for the government wearing masks and everybody else is just breathing in the air? Is there some kind of toxicity for whatever they're mining for?
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, everybody else who works for the government is wearing a mask, and they're like, fuck all these other people.
Everybody's got to have great oxygen to be in this area.
I guess so. But Ben starts a riot. And when the guards come to stop the fight, the prisoners turn on them. It was a planned thing from the prisoners to turn on the guards. Ben finds a cop that's shooting from the railing at the other prisoners, and he grabs him and says, "Let me give you a lift."
Oh, God.
That's the first one, guys.
That's the first one. Son of a
He
bitch.
throws him to the ground after that.
Damn it, Arnold. There's so many more. He tosses it. He doesn't throw him. He pitches him like a fucking softball.
Yeah,
He throws him like it's nothing.
Ben regroups with his friends Laughlin and says, "You are one hell of an actor." Lawson says, "Who was acting?" And Ben replies with "You're still alive, aren't you?" Because they had to fake a fight to start this riot.
Yep.
So, Ben's like, "Yeah, you're still alive,
I
aren't
could
you?"
have killed you.
Yeah. I would have ripped your head off if I wanted to. Well, Ben's friend Weiss is then seen hacking the system to the perimeter to make sure that the people can escape when they need to. And we also find out what happens when the collars go past that perimeter. Because one prisoner gets a little too excited and decides he's going to run off without the... I don't know if they didn't... Maybe they just discussed the plan with them three, and they just told the rest of them, we're going to start a riot, and we're going to escape. Just trust us. And
you can't tell too many people, because then shit starts to get out. Somebody's going to snitch on you.
So I guess one of the guys didn't know the full plan, and he was like, okay, just trust him. Fuck that. I don't want to trust him. I'm out of here. So he decides to run across the barrier without Ben or Weiss or Laughlin telling him to do so. And those collars have little bombs in them.
Yeah, it has those red and green lights, and it looks like in the movie when you're watching, half of them, or not even half of them, there's one left that doesn't go green, but majority of them go green, so it seems like that guy doesn't understand the concept, and he runs out there, like you said, and that last one needed to be green before he crossed a certain point, and then
boom.
Yep.
Boom.
His head exploded.
If there was like a slight chance that, hey, maybe my head will get blown off if I go this. Anything anybody says while I'm running, I'm listening to.
I think what he was thinking in his head, if you're being honest with the movie and you're thinking about it, he was thinking, I'm either fucking escaping or I'm dying. I'm not coming back to where the fuck I was. I'm not doing this again. He almost seemed suicidal to where he was like, hey, either I'm going to be free or I'm fucking dying. I'm not doing this anymore.
Well, this reminded me of the Suicide Squad, where Amanda Waller would actually implant explosives into the Suicide Squad members' heads in case they disobeyed. Once the perimeter is deactivated, the prisoners run to freedom.
I wouldn't know if I would feel super confident that was going to solve I would let somebody else go first, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, how do you know? What if that was just a plan? They were just like, let's watch them fucking just run out and think that this is done. That could be schedule 1. You got 3 more levels.
That's true. Next, we see a view of Los Angeles, which is dark and full of skyscrapers and patrol helicopters. We also see a huge billboard TV with the game show The Running Man.
That's April O'Neil. That's April O'Neil from TMT.
News reporter.
That's a news report.
Yeah, that's April O'Neil.
Yeah, that's April O'Neil.
From
in the 80s?
Yeah, from
the Ninja Turtles?
Yep, 100%. Just want to call that out. Let's go.
Nice.
Laughlin, Weiss, and Richards are all walking through this. I don't know. It's like a tent city, man, like a homeless tent city that they've built up.
Current LA, current LA, San Francisco, San Diego, all that shit. Yeah, you're right.
We see a preview of the Running Man on one of these huge like billboard TVs, and the weird thing is, it's showing scenes from the episode that Ben Richard is in. Mm-hmm. So how can they show future content that hasn't even happened yet?
Yeah, they fucked up on this one. It is showing. They were like, "Hey, we don't have fucking time for this bullshit. We're gonna cut this in."
Yeah, in one scene, you actually see Laughlin being dragged by Buzzsaw, and it hasn't happened yet.
It's a terrible.
Yeah, you see Arnold moving out of the way with the girl because the car jumped.
I do want to point out with the Arnold facts while we're in here that when he goes in and he puts on normal clothes, he does put on a World's Gym hoodie, which is iconic to the gym he was going to at the time. He was trying to advertise for him.
How about that?
Which was in Venice Beach, California.
Well, Laughlin meets up with the Underground Resistance and has his collar removed. But the guy doesn't want to remove Ben's collar because he thinks he's a cop. But they find out that he's they named him the Butcher of Bakersfield because they think he killed all those innocent people. And Ben's like, give me a break, and he tells him to shut up. Like he's like super confident this guy needs to remove his collar. Like this guy is all you got. I wouldn't recommend talking shit to him.
Well, dude, he's smoking a fucking cigar like he is King Dick already. I mean, he is way too fucking confident for this situation. Like you said, that collar, one wrong move and you're fucking done. Your head is spaghetti. And he's like, no, I'm going to smoke a cigar and talk some shit to the dude who needs to remove it. The fuck out of here. That's nonsense. Arnold, he don't give a fuck, though. He's already beat the Predator. He's got a lifelong lesson ready for him. He said nothing worth losing your head over, and then he lights a cigar. What a fucking cunt.
Yeah, he's
what a stupid motherfucker.
Super confident that this guy needs him. But the next day, the guys separate, and Ben is planning to go see his brother. He says, I'll see you guys at the 10-year prison reunion.
No, do it in his voice.
I'll see you guys at the 10-year prison reunion.
Yeah, it's better. Yeah.
This horrible construction.
He's still wearing a fucking World's Gym hoodie. Cut like a fucking bodybuilder. He's giant. God damn it. What are you doing?
So he jumps on a truck that leads him to the city so he can go find his brother, and the two guys, I guess they're going off to do their own thing.
Bro, but let's talk about the construction hat he has.
Oh, man.
Bro, who the fuck has ever seen a fucking construction safety hat the fucking manner that Arnold is wearing his? It is the most stylish, dumb shit fucking construction hat in the world.
Maybe it's the one they have in Austria.
No, he brought it from home. I don't fucking know, but dude, are you fucking kidding me? That construction hat is stupid as shit.
Yeah.
That is not the typical. Everybody else has different hats on. He's the only one with that dumb fucking construction hat.
Well, we end up seeing a red limousine, nice and fancy, pull up to a skyscraper, and it's the host of the Running Man,
That car looks like a stretch.
Damon Killian.
It's like a stretch Mercedes or some
No,
shit, but they didn't want to pay for the logos and shit.
A stretch DeLorean.
Yeah, yeah. But all these people are cheering him on like he is the fucking... It almost seems like Hunger Game-ish. Do you get that vibe?
Yeah,
Did you ever watch the Hunger Games?
Yeah.
You get that vibe of like where it's just like... I feel like the movie has promoted it as being dystopian, but the images that they promote are not. But they've kept that going.
Well, except for the camp.
The camp was, but the city view when they were in the helicopter, that city was fine. There was no issues there.
Yeah.
That city was dope.
Well, it's Richard Dawson who's playing Damon Killian, who's the host of the world's most popular TV show. So, this guy's like the superstar.
He's an asshole. He's Jay Leno.
Yeah, he acts
But Jay
like,
Leno's not an asshole.
he acts like he's this nice, like, caring guy, like on TV, but then behind his back, like behind people's back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
He ran
Go
into
ahead,
the
yeah.
janitor. He ran and accidentally bumped into the janitor. And while he's mopping the floor, he's like, "Oh, it's fine, don't worry about it." And he gets into the elevator, and he's like, "If that guy's mopping the floor tomorrow, you'll be doing it the rest of the week." Talking to his secretary.
Bro, and I feel like that pissed me off internally because we worked for a lot of big companies and different places. And I feel like those are a lot of those same people where they're just two-faced. Man, just treat everybody the fucking same. Who gives a shit? I don't give a fuck if he's mopping the floors or if he's fucking doing my reports or whatever, whatever they're doing.
Well, that gave us the first indication that this Damon Killian dude he ain't a good guy.
Not a good guy.
If everybody's praising him at first, and they're like, "Okay, cool, this guy's all right. Everybody likes him." But then, when
He's a cunt.
The movie audience automatically knows that this dude.
Yeah.
But Ben Richards, he ends up making this to his brother's apartment, and he enters, I guess, the security code that he had known, all his
Weird,
life.
yeah, right.
I guess they didn't change it because he got into the apartment and finds things are a little bit different than he remembers.
He's wearing that fucking Dora the Explorer fucking safety cap. Dude, that hat is the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
It ain't protecting shit, bro.
And then we flip back to Damon Killian, who is checking on his workers and showing us that he's a real dick.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. A real cunt.
But then that next scene, you see some nice legs walking to the apartment.
That's right. Amber Mendez is introduced. It's a lady that enters the apartment, turns on everything by voice. The lights, the coffee. And then she starts to work out, and she's watching a commercial for Captain Freedom's workouts.
Jesse the Body Ventura.
Yeah, we're seeing a warning on the TV about Ben Richards, an escaped prisoner. He ends up surprising her as she works out.
Yeah, but what are we giving her on? We're looking at her. We're watching her work out. I'm giving her a good 7 out of 10.
Wow,
She bad. She's a
bad.
good. She's a good
She
actor.
know it.
She's good.
Yeah, she's a Hispanic chick, Amber Mendez.
She's lacking in some of the areas that we would probably prefer, but she is fit.
Hey, it's
she
the
is.
80s.
Yeah, she's fit. And there comes this cunt.
And so Ben surprises her as she's doing sit-ups on this workout bench. And he asks about his brother, but she doesn't know who he is.
Where did Arnold get the white boxers and the white wife beater? Where did they come from? They're clean as fuck. They're brand new. He looks like he just came out of that real Slim Shady machine.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, this is a futuristic world, so maybe they got washing machines that'll wash your stuff in 10 minutes,
Maybe. And just,
Wash and dry.
Yeah, get it going.
Just like all 2017 machines, you can do it everything in 10 minutes.
Well, she starts to try to escape, starts screaming and yelling in Spanish, and Arnold ends up catching her.
Yeah, Arnold gives her that. Ow,
Yeah, he lets her know that, hey, I'm only going to be here for a short time. I just need to use this, and get out of here. But she just, I don't know. She doesn't believe him, so she keeps still trying to escape and all kind of crap and cause a big scene, draw too much attention to him.
If you were in this scenario, how do you think you would play it? I mean, if we're being honest.
If this big, sexy Austrian man broke into my
The
house.
Austrian oak. The Austrian oak. With a button on his boxers. Who the fuck has boxers nowadays with a button on them bitches?
I used to have some back in the day.
I said, who nowadays has boxers with a button on them bitches, boy? The Austrian oak's about to pop through that son bitch. And she's trying to fight it. She is, but she knows what she wants.
Well, the next scene we see Damon going through a bunch of mugshots to try to get some contestants for his next show. And one of them is an actual baby. One of the mugshots is. I didn't stop enough to see if there was a reason why this actual baby had a mugshot. But there was a baby that had a mugshot.
Trying to be realistic. It's 2017.
Yeah, but Damon has showed a video of Ben, and he wants him on the show. You know, he sees him and he's like, this is a stud. I want him on the show. He's got to be on the show. He's the butcher of Bakersfield.
When they saw him running, he's muscular. He's a good-looking dude. He's clean cut. That fits well.
And they warn him that we've never had military prisoners on the show. Mm-hmm. So he decides of a plan to get a hold of him.
He said he would get 10 points for his biceps alone, and that's low. Arnold's biceps should at least get 20. That dude has one of the most iconic fucking bicep poses of all time.
And then we flip back to Ben in the apartment, and he's tied up Amber on the workout equipment.
In lingerie.
Workout bench. I mean, that's what she was working out.
It is, but yeah, she's like, what the fuck is going on? She is sexy, goddamn, but you ain't got to tie her up in lingerie.
Mm-hmm.
But he starts digging through her stuff, and he finds out that she's got some, I don't know, not so legal stuff around the place. She got some censored tapes that she probably shouldn't have, some black market clothing that she shouldn't own. And
how long has he been in prison, though? Should he know that information? He's been in prison for a couple of years, right? So would you know the black market music and clothing?
I mean, I guess if you're in prison, that's all you know is the black market.
Yeah, I mean, he seems like a cop still, though.
But he does find out that he does need a travel pass because he says he's going to Hawaii, is it?
Yes,
Hawaii. Oh, yeah.
And she's like, you'll never get there without the travel pass. And he discovers that she has one.
He's using a motherfucking Atari to book a flight.
Mm-hmm.
It's not 2017, baby. What are we doing? It's pretty good, though. I mean, it's decent.
And he needs to get out of the country. And he says that you're going to come with me. And she says, and why would I do that? He says, because I say, please. And he lifts the workout bench, which is bolted to the ground, out of the ground, and up. And after, I guess, he's displaying this...
his strength.
Yeah, the strength. She's like, oh, why didn't you sit there before?
Well, first of all, I own a gym. Shots and squats, shout out. You would never need to bolt a Bowflex to the fucking ground. That's the same Bowflex you can get today. It hasn't changed since that time. It may have upgraded a tiny bit, but it's the same fucking thing. You don't need to bolt it to the ground. That's nonsense.
They might have some intense workouts that you don't know about.
If he's doing a workout, it is definitely involved in that lingerie and his Austrian oak.
Well, they make it to the airport, and they almost get on the plane, but she sees a cop and decides to make a scene. And they first go through the security checkpoint, and he's walking with her as if they're husband and wife. And
he got her back of her neck like she's a damn dog.
Yes, he grabbed her back of her neck, but the guy's asking for the travel pass, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, honey. Yeah, where did you put it at? And so he starts whipping out all this random stuff, making a scene, kind of being kind of goofy, but the cop, the guard's like, oh, just go on through. Just go on through. We got a lot of people here.
Could you imagine TSA nowadays doing that shit? Where you're like, oh, fuck it, I don't want to deal with these pieces of shit.
Yeah, this is a world where
9/11 hasn't happened.
Yeah, 9/11 never happened.
Yeah, 100%.
No terrorist activity at all.
Well, even why for her? Why would you not make a scene then? That's an easy point.
I mean, he could snap her neck like a twig.
He really could, but no one knows he's a professional bodybuilder.
Well, they make it to the gate, and they're almost to the plane when she does see the cops, and she decides this is my best chance to escape. She hits him a little bit and then runs and starts screaming, hey, this is Bill.
She stomps on his Reeboks and then punches him in the nuts.
And he decides his best bet is to make a run for it.
Bucket.
So he just somehow gets out and runs straight for the runway. Sprinting across the runway at full speed.
Where were you going to go? If you look at the image that is displayed at that time, he literally has to run probably 30 to 35 miles to get to a next building. Why would you go that way?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
Also, think of the time that they had the information from when he took off to now, and cops are already on his ass.
Yeah, if you know...
It's a good response team.
Yeah, it's a good response team, bro.
Well, I've worked on an airport before, and let me tell you, you cross certain lines on a fucking airport, them some bitches are getting your ass. They fucking know, because we used to paint the lines for a company I worked for, and they will fucking shut you down. And it is the most terrifying thing, because they go, hey, just pay attention. You're going, It's a fucking airplane. What do you mean pay attention? But you cross a certain line, there's 3 or 4 trucks full of dudes coming at you, trying to figure out what you're doing. It is wild.
Well, he does get up getting captured by this net that this guy shoots at him. And
it reminded me of Jurassic Park, too.
It was one.
Yeah, it was like one of those nets.
And the next thing he knows, he's being brought in front of Damon, who is the host of the Running Man. And he asks old Ben Richards here to join the show. And at first, he refuses. He's like, no, I'm not going to be one of your puppets. You know,
I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, that's not what I do. Well, he says, you might want to because your friends are going to be in the show. And he pulls a video of Laughlin and Weiss, who have been captured, and he's going to force them to be in the Running Man show. And so the only way to really protect them and maybe get out alive is to join the show.
But what's Arnold's response? It's one of the greatest responses of all time. Fuck you! It's so stupid.
Yeah, that was his first response before he's seen the.
Damn it! I promised Mandy I wouldn't do that.
But after he's seen his friends on there, he was it wasn't so much fuck you. He was like, all right, I'll do it.
Yeah, he's down to, which just shows you that he's a good dude. Shows you he's a good person.
Yeah.
He's willing to sacrifice himself to save his friends.
I mean, we've seen that in the beginning when he refused the orders.
He's always been a good dude. It's just showing that he continues that trend no matter what situations are presented to him. Because I feel like some people could change. You might be a good dude in certain scenarios, and then it might shift if certain things are presented to you.
And so after he is forced to agree to be on the Running Man, they sit him in like this surgical chair, and they place a tracker inside of him.
He's back in the white boxers and the white wife beater.
Yeah, and they start monitoring his vitals. They place his tracker inside him. I guess it also does 2 things. Monitors his vitals and tracks him wherever he goes. And after that, they end up throwing him in a room where they gas him, where he is put to sleep to later be placed in the Running Man. It kind of reminds me of the scene where he was put into that device in, what's the one where he went to Mars? Total Recall.
Yeah,
Total Recall.
I'm super confused by the injection method, though, because they inject it between his knuckles.
Between his knuckles, on his arm, his shoulder.
Yeah, what the fuck is the knuckle injection thing? I understand the arms and the shoulders.
The knuckle one was the tracer.
Is it a tracker? Okay, that makes sense. Okay. I can see that. I didn't understand where that went. Because if you look at the video, though, when they do it, they keep showing, like, videos of syringes with clear liquids, and then they go into his hand, and you're going, okay, what the fuck is the clear liquid? That's not a tracker. But if you're going into the shoulders with steroids or some kind of amphetamines or something to put him to sleep or hype him up at a certain time, that makes sense in the shoulder, but not in the middle of the fucking hand. I don't know what if his hand gets cut off?
Well, you
can't track him anymore?
No.
I guess. It's not going to the bloodstream.
After Ben Richards is put to sleep, we end up seeing Amber, and she's in her apartment, safe and sound, after getting out of a shower with a nice little robe towel.
Looking sexy and showered.
Noise, mate, noise.
She sees a news report where they claim that Ben Richards had killed 2 people at the airport. And then she's saying to herself, that's not true. He didn't kill anybody.
I feel like that news reporter, too, was a little bit before her time, or its time, or his time, or whatever you want to call it. But it's pretty close. I mean, 2023, yeah, it's about right. In the area, L.A., you're good.
Yeah.
It looks like the lead singer of Imagine Dragons.
They're clearly trying to force extra charges on him. Make people believe that he's actually a bad guy.
Well, not even that. It shows you that they have the video capability to make it look like he's doing things that he's not.
Bro, but what type of entertainment is people having in 2017?
They did have another commercial for a show called Climbing for Dollars.
Climbing for Dollars.
And this guy had Rottweilers and Dobermans at the bottom of this rope while he's climbing to grab this money. And when he gets to the top, it looks like they gassed him. He passes out and falls.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's chewed up by these dogs.
It's almost like Joe Rogan's Fear Factor did not ever end, and it just kept escalating from there to where they just kept going into weirder and weirder shit. They're like, hey, you want to swim in this real small 20-foot pool with this great white?
That's true. And then the next scene we see they're telling Ben it's showtime, and the show starts up. We see a bunch of backup dancers, prime
show dancers.
Yeah, show dancers. And this little fun fact: this whole choreographed scene was done by Paula Abdul.
Fuck you! That was one of mine.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, it was just
Stop talking shit.
No,
Stop giving facts, you whore. You fucking fact stealer. How dare you?
Well, I mean, this is just one.
Well, you get the
dancers,
fuck out of
and
here.
they're doing these crazy ass dances. Well, another thing is that
Don't you do another fucking fact.
there was a scene where the dancers were showing a little bit of their rear ends.
Yeah, I liked it.
And the director said that Paula Abdul had a big problem because he was, I don't know, sexualizing them. And he was like, I didn't feel like it was like that. I feel like it was just a dancer to attract, attention to the show. But I don't know.
I'm going to go Sean Strickland on that. No one gives a fuck about dancers unless they're showing something. That's why strip clubs are so popular. We don't give a shit.
Well, we see a bunch of the crew members getting the show ready and a bunch of audience members showing up. Everybody's preparing for the Running Man episode. We also see the gladiator type men get out of the limo, and fans are going crazy over them. So this shows that this world is so engulfed in this show. And
they treat those gladiators like they're football stars or basketball stars or whatever athlete, like current. Like they're like the LeBron James. I mean, they are wild as fuck.
And there's also people on the outside of the arena watching through the billboard screens that we had seen earlier.
Yeah, they're betting on them. They're all betting on everybody, trying to make a little money.
Yeah,
the
we got
poor
some,
people,
bookers
the
out
rich
there.
people, they're all trying to bet.
Yeah, and I guess there's this super long intro to the show, kind of like a bunch of animes where they play the full length of a song, good 3-4 minutes of a song for an intro.
Yeah, but there's a big difference. Anime is cartoon. This is a bunch of grown-ass women shaking ass and
we got
titties.
a bunch of live-action women doing the whole choreographed dance together. And we see Amber and her friend trying to dig out change for a vending machine.
Did you catch the price of the soda?
How much was it?
$6 fucking.
Jesus.
Oh, dang.
They're way off on that one. It's half of that, but they're way off. But did you also catch that bitch had a Cruella de Vil fucking cigarette? She had a fucking stick that's holding a cigarette. She got them L&M longs on that bitch.
As they're digging for the change, Ben Richards happens to walk by in chains. He takes a look at Amber and Caesar and just glares at her.
She got a wet spot.
Well, her friend...
I think her friend's got a wet spot.
They both do.
Yeah, her friend was like, imagine that guy killing you. And then she's like, raping and killing you.
Yeah, it was super weird to say that.
Yeah, and then
It was weird.
Amber realizes that something's not right.
Yeah.
Because her friend says that like nothing would have stopped him. And he didn't do anything to Amber, so she's realizing, hey, he could have killed me, raped me, done whatever, but he didn't.
He just restrained her so he could do what he needed to do at the time being, and then used her for but he didn't do anything inappropriate. He didn't harm her in any way.
Yeah.
You can tell he's not a murderer. He's not a killer.
Yeah, so that put that thought in her head that something's not right. They're making him seem like an enemy. But then we go to Damon, who comes out and starts the show. And while he's doing that, Amber is making her way to a special room backstage.
Very weird that she's there.
I feel like this guy has no charisma because the only thing he does is raise his hands and say,
Whoa.
yes.
This is Richard Dawson. He was the host of Family Feud.
Yeah,
Is this the one that kissed people on the mouth all the time?
Yes. He be kissing people's wives.
He's for sure a cunt. I mean, he is for sure a capital C cunt.
Oh my God! Yes.
In real life, in this movie, and all aspects of everything.
Right. Have you ever watched like the '80s Family Feud? And he introduces to the wives. He will kiss them on
They
the
went
lips.
after Bill Cosby, but not him.
Yeah.
Oh, he
Bro,
will
what
kiss
the
them on
fuck?
lips.
He was raping them on
This is my
TV.
wife, Diane. This is my sister,
Oh,
Chelsea.
her lips taste like raspberry. We'll see if they taste the same later.
This is my daughter,
Like,
Brandy.
bitch, get out of here. She's 13.
Man,
The fuck out of
You
here.
can see they like cheeks like poke out because his
Yeah.
tongue all up in their mouth.
Yeah. He was a fucking piece of shit, dude.
Oh, man.
They tell Ben to sign these papers by this appointed specialist, and he tells him to use his back as a desk or something. So after Ben's done signing, he really puts the period on the end of it by stabbing the pin in the back of the associate's neck.
That was awesome.
Back.
That was cool.
He just takes off running.
Send me a copy.
But old Damon, he's interacting with the fans, talking to the crowd and the audience. You ready for the show? You excited? Hey, let's get pumped up. And then he introduces Ben Richards.
Is it weird, though, that he's only interacting in these fan interactions with older women? Like, old.
Because he don't want to kiss him on the mouth.
It's because of all his Family Feud shit with younger women.
Well, probably, but I think that it's...
They're trying to transition it as an older crowd, maybe?
Yeah, I think they're saying the show's been on the air for a while, and a lot of people love it. But they end up showing a video package of Ben Richards, and it's been modified to show that he willingly destroyed these innocent protesters.
Killed them all. They stopped him. No, didn't they stop him?
Who stopped him?
I thought in the video they stopped him from doing it.
No, they was trying to stop him.
They let him do it?
Yeah,
Okay,
because
bad.
those people actually did die. They call it like the Bakersfield Massacre or something, and they call him the Butcher of Bakersfield.
Right.
But he's not the one who did it. It was the other people who did it. His other police officers.
And he never caught him.
And they never caught him. Well, they did catch him. He was in prison.
No, I'm talking about the other people that actually killed him. Other people that was in the helicopter.
Oh yeah, those other cops. Yeah, they don't care. They were just in there enjoying the.
Does it make you wonder about that deep fake shit? Like how they deep faked him to where it made it look like he said things that he didn't say? Mm-hmm. Have you seen those with Gary Busey? Do you think those are real?
Oh, Gary.
No,
What
Gary
about
Busey.
buttered sausage?
Yeah.
Bro. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I can't stop watching it. He was like, that's not my jam. I don't do jam. I eat honey. I kiss it on the lips. Was that real?
No, it was not real.
I didn't think so, but goddamn, it was so good. I wish it was real.
That's crazy that whenever they in the next scene they show him, like they bring him out and the dancer's like hugging him and trying to touch on him. It's like, bro, he can fuck you up.
That was my same thought too. Like if he's this,
bro, they were all over
crazed
him.
murderer. These dancers are feeling way too comfortable.
Could you imagine dancers and shit like that rubbing up on Michael Myers that way? He would fucking snap all their necks.
Yeah.
They would all die. What are you doing?
Yeah, he'd most definitely.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Grizzly Panda.
Yeah, though he is chained, he would still be able to hurt them. But nonetheless, he could even bite them, Yeah. But they don't care. They end up removing him from his prison uniform to reveal this bright yellow Running Man uniform.
Bro, that's the stupidest shit I've ever seen. Leave him in the prison uniform. That is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. That was the mistake number one for this movie.
And Damon shows a video of the past winners who actually won Running Man, and they're on some tropical island in their uniforms enjoying their victory.
It's like Survivor. They won. They're living high now. They've got millions of dollars. They live in the good life.
Those guys do not look like they can do anything, let alone survive Running Man.
Oh man, I don't know how they did it, but they
looked
did.
weak.
Well, they survived Running Man. They got away from the stalkers. And Amber is still sneaking around backstage in some unauthorized areas.
Who let her into these areas? Because I don't know if they ever established what does she do for a living.
I'm not sure. I guess she's some kind of
just because she was with him when they caught him, they just let her do whatever the fuck she wants in the studio.
No, I'm pretty sure she worked back there doing something. Just a coincidence that she happened to work for the Running Man.
Perfect time. Oh, you took my brother's apartment.
Yeah, they start loading Ben up into this weird roller coaster cart. They show him, we got two more surprises for you, Ben. And it's his two friends, Laughlin and Weiss, who Damon said they wouldn't have to be in the game if he joined.
What does he say, though? Son of a bitch. Jesus. God, that's one of the greatest Arnold quotes of all time.
Well, Amber's still going backstage, and she's digging through a bunch of old video files. And they all have different names on them. Nothing too crazy, but it seems like they have covered up a lot of stuff because all those videos files have different names on them, like air control something. So they've probably planned a bunch of some kind of terrorist attacks or just some false flags type stuff. It would look like it seems to be going well for them because nobody suspects a thing.
Nope, maybe like U.S. planning to shoot down a plane over Cuba to start the Cuban War.
Did that happen?
No, maybe not.
Well, they start loading up old Ben on his journey to the Running Man.
Bro, does it not remind you when you see that little cart that goes around him? Did you not think about when we went to do that mountain coaster? I thought about that, and I was like, dude, that was terrifying at the time.
Well, they load him up, and they shoot him.
But before that, what was his line?
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Yeah, he does give Damon a look before he goes. He's like, any words before you go? Damon, I'll be back.
But it was not even close to the best one of all time.
That is
he was practicing
his famous Terminator role. He gave him that line there.
Yeah, it wasn't as good. Wasn't as good.
They shoot him through this fast tube inside this roller coaster cart, which is picking up velocity and speed. Man, he is going probably 120 miles an hour through this thing, just shooting through it. It goes on a little too long.
Yeah.
I think we got the concept that he's going fast through a tube. We get it. But when they stop, a bunch of people are around to push them in the right direction. Like they stop. They get caught by this net that actually stops the coaster.
How does it stop it with a net, though? Dude, that thing was fucking coming at 130 miles an hour. That thing was fucking boogieing.
They did show a slight little bit of reverse thrusters on the roller coaster itself, the cart itself. So maybe that.
Maybe. I mean, that logically that doesn't add up, but I guess 70s, 80s movies, sure, whatever you want.
But Amber's looking through those tapes, and she sees the Bakerville raw footage. She ends up taking one of those tapes, and she's still looking. There's one that says Ben Richards, and as she does that, she is caught by somebody, and it surprises her. But then we go back to the coaster there, and it's letting out Ben's friends, Laughlin and Weiss, and they're all being taken out of the cart, helped out of the cart, pushed in a certain way. It reminds me of a haunted house, like how the actors will...
They guide you to a certain area.
Guide you in the right direction. One lady is called up. Her name is called up to, I guess on who's going to kill next, or maybe she's...
No, she's picking the stalkers.
She's picking the next stalker. Okay.
But dude, going back to this guy, a phenomenal host for a game show. I mean, if you're playing into not knowing all the bullshit he's going through, he's a great show host. For sure, a great show host. He's doing it all. He's hugging them. He's kissing them. He's making them feel comfortable. He's making them excited about it. He's doing what he needs to do as a show host.
And we see the bookers on the outside taking bets and money from a whole bunch of people on
poor areas, too.
Who's going to win, what stalker's going to kill, who's going to catch who. The lady's picking her stalker, and she says that she wants Sub-Zero.
Which really got me pumped.
Yes,
until I realized
this is not the same universe.
It's not Sub-Zero.
No, this isn't. This is not the Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero.
Oh my god, it is.
This guy is a huge Asian guy, and he is a hockey. I guess his profession is hockey because he ice skates and has a hockey stick.
Bro, how many hockey Olympic gold medals has any Asian country ever won? I just come on, at least make him Canadian or something. Shit. At least make him someone who's actually good at hockey. Goddamn.
Like the guy from the Marvel movies. And,
Wong?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does look like Wong. But as they're releasing Sub-Zero, we see Ben and his friends running through and from these dirt bikers or motorcyclists. And then they get pushed into this real dark area.
Which I think those guys had to make their own masks. Because some motherfuckers...
It's like you cut underwear. It reminded me from Django when they made those masks for the ride.
Yeah, I can't say fucking shit.
Yeah, it made... Don't ask me and mine for nothing. Fuck y'all. That's what it reminded me of. It really did. I mean, those masks were bullshit. They were terrible.
As they're running, we do see a billboard of Damon out there saying it's the #1 show. We get cut to an interview with Captain... What's his name? Captain Freedom?
Captain Freedom. And it's Jesse the Body Ventura.
Yeah.
Surrounded by a bunch of people who are 100% in better shape and swoller than him.
Yeah.
100%.
Pat, I think you got a good Jesse the Body Ventura voice. Let's go ahead and hear Mr. Voice Actor here.
Okay. Well, let me give you a little bit of Jesse the Body Ventura.
Let's go.
Okay. I've been Captain Freedom for a long time.
Tell us a lie about how you were better than Hulk Hogan during your career.
I was way better than Hulk Hogan at his time.
Yeah, see.
But the fans did not like me. It was some kind of conspiracy going on against me.
Yep, that's 100% accurate. That's from Jesse the Body Ventura's mouth. I mean,
Shit. Oh, yeah, but Jesse the Body Ventura is Captain Freedom, and he's giving this interview, and he is interrupted by Damon. He's like, sorry to cut you off, Cap, but...
They did. They shut him the fuck down, bro.
The runners have made it to Sub-Zero's area. And so Dawson and his friend end up in this dark area with little light. Cade drops down and pretty much locks him in this mini hockey area. And I believe, he is on ice skates, so they're standing on ice because he has blades on the bottom of his skates, not wheels. This is the first attack. He knocks them all three down with one strike, and this notifies them, hey, we got to get the hell out of here. This guy's going to kill us.
We need to get with an Andine bear, and I think they're from the Asian community, and figure out how well they are at ice skating, because I'm pretty sure this isn't accurate.
Yeah, you can practice.
Kind of, but an Andine bear, right? I mean, let's go. What do you think, Panda? What do you think as far as ice skating?
Well, I think that maybe figure skating, not so much hockey.
That's a good point. Good point. Yeah, okay.
Figure skating, maybe.
It's like gymnastics on ice skates.
But like I said, he knocked all three men down with one strike. So I suppose that Sub-Zero has been doing this for a long time. And the woman contestants keep getting prizes, I guess,
It's just boxes, though. Like, you don't see what it is. It's just boxes on boxes of
I don't
shit.
know what
it's
she's
like
getting.
Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, gift cards, clothes, shoes, whatever. I don't know. But I guess as long as Sub-Zero's alive, for every minute she gets a prize or something.
Maybe.
Or for every hit.
Well, then you get to see that he has exploding hockey pucks as well.
Yes, he shoots out and knocks out Ben Richards. So that leaves Laughlin, and Weiss has been trapped inside this hockey net, which like enclosed on him as soon as he got hit in there, which gives Sub-Zero a chance to fight the other competitors without interruption. And he's attacking Laughlin, who is dodging all of his strikes, but barely. And he has this serrated hockey stick. But luckily, old Richards is there to save him from the attack.
That hockey stick wasn't no fucking joke. That thing is fucked up, dude. That is a torture tool.
Yeah. And while Ben is running, he ends up grabbing this little post, which is attached to some barbed wire, and he ends up making like a tripwire trap for old Sub-Zero to fall into.
Not even a tripwire.
Yeah,
it's a throat wire.
Yeah. He ends up getting it wrapped around Sub-Zero's throat, and he's able to pull it real tight and cutting Sub-Zero's throat and kills him.
He guillotines his ass.
Cut his fingers off.
Yeah, I mean that was a good move.
And everyone goes silent. So I imagine stalkers don't fall too often.
Yeah,
never.
Because no one expected this.
But I know they seen the next part. Laughlin in his James Brown hair is looking surprised as ever.
Jim Brown? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
That's Jim Brown.
That ain't Jim Brown.
That's Jim Brown.
No, Jim Brown is the fire guy.
Oh, Fireball.
Oh, that's what I mean. Sorry,
Yeah.
never mind. I jumped ahead.
James Brown.
I jumped ahead.
Jerry Curl.
Yeah, I jumped ahead. Sorry.
Well, after they end up killing Sub-Zero, Ben Richards looks into the camera and says, Sub-Zero, now Plane Zero.
Just a terrible shithole fucking comment.
Number 2, y'all. That's number 2.
But what's even more fucked up is they show a picture of that dude dead. And they're like, more to come. Like they're going to a commercial break. And this is some dead dude on the fucking screen.
And he gives Laughlin a high five.
Yeah.
As they're on their way out. That's
like,
such
Jesus.
80s, bro. High five is it.
Plane Zero.
Yeah, Plane Zero. But they start to gas the room, so the men leave. And Damon shows that he doesn't really care about the stalkers dying. He's just ready for the next thing. And he's talking about the ratings.
He's also not talking on a phone. He's talking to a fucking aquarium filter. That's attached to it is not a cell phone. It's not a phone.
That's the future, man.
They made it look like the future, but it is an aquarium filter fucking attached to a cord.
But Damon says that we need to get more ratings than the reruns of Gilligan's Island. But this is 2017 in their world. Gilligan's Islands would not even be mentioned in the TV business. TV Land, maybe? Nick at Night?
Yeah, that's some old school bullshit. That's Dukes of Hazzard type shit. Andy Griffith type shit.
Yeah.
Like you said,
Nobody's talking about those shows
I
anymore.
figured it was probably like, hey, was he ever in Gilligan's Island?
No.
Dawson?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Maybe. I mean, maybe.
Like
but who cares? Like, if you just make up some bullshit. I mean, if you're trying to go into the future, are you really that hubris to where you're like, hey, Gilligan's Island's going to be the most popular show of all time. It's going to be like Friends. People are going to keep watching it over and over. Dude, fuck that show.
I mean, it might have been hot.
I ain't never seen none of them motherfucking episodes.
But the next contestant they asked to decide who he wants as a stalker can't decide between two stalkers. And Damon decides, hey, let's put them both in there.
Yep.
So he decides Buzzsaw and Dynamo.
Stupid Dynamo.
And Damon's assistant says that they caught Amber. He tells them, hey, we caught the girl that he kidnapped. And he says, that's sensational.
Throw her around. Mm-hmm. Dude, yeah. Dynamo is the worst.
God damn it.
movie villain.
Yeah,
of
he's
all
some kind of
fucking time.
opera singing guy with like a light bright suit. Like you can tell this is 80s. What 80s predicted as the future. This is what he's wearing.
Yeah.
And he shoots this sign that says like clap if you love. And he got this electricity power. He can shoot electricity, but his whole suit is electricity.
Bro, he looks like a Shoney's buffet. He is the worst fucking shit ever.
He reminds me of when the Ninja Turtles, I think it was part 2, when they went to the TCRI to find the ooze, and they were looking at the panels and the lights flashing, and they didn't know what it was. But that's what he reminds me of, all these flashing lights. Man.
He looks like a light bright. Looks like some kid fucking light brighted his ass.
The 80s future.
All over him. Stupid as shit.
After they introduced Dynamo, they also introduced Amber.
She looking bad.
Damon lies about her backstory, and they create a backstory to make her be hated by the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
What I like, though, is that she's known to have up to 3 men per year. You know,
Like, damn, that's it?
that's it, bro?
Let me get some of that. I'll be number 4. Let's go. That's not that bad. She bad,
Compared
boy.
to women nowadays, though.
Yeah, that's rough.
3 women per
Hey,
year?
at this point of the movie,
Somebody stop her.
I do want to bring this up though. Is anybody else questioning the bodyguard?
No.
The guy who's
He looks like he doesn't like his job, but...
he's in a lot of fucking scenes, and he seems like he's gonna be a threat later on. Does he not come off as that way? Where you're like, hey, Arnold's gonna have to fight him at some point.
Yeah, he does seem like he's the big bad.
He seems
big
like
bad protector.
he's gonna be the one to protect the main villain who's weak.
Well, she gets a bunch of booze as she's loaded into the coaster and sent on. But then we go back to the fellas, and Weiss sees the camera relay tower and thinks that he can shut it down or maybe hack into it at very least.
Some Hunger Games type shit. Mm-hmm. Seems Hunger Game-ish.
Yep.
Somebody didn't come up with an original idea. They just twisted one that was already there. Just saying, Hunger Games director, writer, whatever the fuck you are.
You have to really love the running man.
Seems a little bit suspicious.
Well, we see the crew telling the stalkers exactly where the contestants are. They're letting them know their location. And Amber is just like the men were, being corralled into the right direction. We see old Ben here. Ben sees someone coming into and is about to attack, but turns out to be old Amber.
How does she make it all the way to where they are?
Without knowing where they were.
Did she start at a different period, maybe?
Like I said, it is a haunted house like route
type thing.
There's only one way they can lead you to go, so they don't leave many other. Like
there's Jim Brown.
There's not a lot of other ways you can go. There's
so
only
they
one
just
path.
drop her in when they want her.
Yeah, and since she didn't have to fight
Dum-Dum.
Sub-Zero, she just walked right past it. And so that's how she caught up with the men so quickly.
Asian Wayne Gretzky.
She got there fast as hell, though.
Yeah, she did get there pretty fast.
Yeah.
But she did catch up with the fellas. And Amber tells them that they think that she is Ben's girlfriend. Because that's the story that Damon was
She wishes. He didn't punch her, so she's not.
Yeah, but she said that she can help them out. And when you see the camera, he was like, how can you help us out in this situation? He was like, I can strangle you in front of the whole audience if you want.
Did you notice how they gave them the same costumes, too? Because they're boyfriend and girlfriend?
How about that?
Everybody else has a different color costume.
Yeah, because Laughlin and Weiss have gray and red, and Ben and Amber have yellow.
They want to take them out.
And this is when Buzzsaw comes onto the scene.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, but not only Buzzsaw, Dynamo's right behind him in his little go-kart of, I don't know, it looks like it was Little Rascals made.
It's a mini, tiny, little fucking weird car. Like, why not give him a real car? Like, what are you doing? Give him a Doom buggy or something. Like, what? That's a play school fucking set.
Stupid Dynamo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but during the attack, Ben and Laughlin are separated from Amber and Weiss.
Yeah, but I don't know why Laughlin is acting like he's big and bad, because like, he don't seem like the way his body's built. It don't seem like he's an athletic machine.
Why are you judging him, bro? He's trying to survive.
Big gut, and he looks like he falls all over himself all the time.
You talking about Laughlin?
Laughlin.
But he fuck you up.
Probably.
Maybe.
Not with his James Brown hairstyle, though.
Don't you judge his fucking Jerry curl. Give me 2 sprays, baby.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, what Weiss is trying to do is he's trying to like get some code for the uplink so that the resistance will like shut down the whole system.
Yeah, he sees the tower and he tells Amber that he can hack it, so they start running towards it. And then we go back to Ben and Laughlin, who sneak inside this little building to hide from Buzzsaw.
Here's my question, though, for the uplink thing. Why would you, as in a civilized, very upscale civilization, why would you put your main tower inside the playing field of the people you're trying to kill in a broke-down-ass building?
I don't know. Maybe that was an ideal location.
Here's your boy, though.
Yeah, Buzzsaw shows up, and he tries to kill Ben and Laughlin, and he ends up getting a rope or some kind of attack. He strikes Laughlin first, and he hurts him with that chainsaw. So Ben has to distract Buzzsaw from the killing blows. So he ends up doing that. So while he's fighting old Buzzsaw, he's also trying to move Laughlin out of the way.
Did you know that this guy was supposed to be originally played by Hulk Hogan?
What?
Fact, bitch. I'm bringing one up on you. Yeah, he was supposed to be originally played by Hulk Hogan. Terry, whatever the fuck his name is. That was supposed to be his first role, was this role, before he got famous. And he turned it down because WWE had the plan for him to wrestle Andre the Giant a year later. And he didn't want to mess that up. Did you know that?
I think that's bullshit.
It is.
Yeah.
I made it up. I made all that shit up.
Caught it. That was
But he looked like fucking Hulk
he
Hogan.
does.
Well, Buzzsaw ends up taking this
Son of a bitch.
metal wire and wrapping it around Ben's waist with his dirt bike. So he ends up dragging Ben all around this abandoned building.
He's giving him that Hector.
As he's doing so, the guy who chose Buzzsaw ends up getting all these prizes again.
Do they get prizes for what happens?
I think
it seems
so.
like
I think for every time the stalkers win or get a strike, they get a prize.
they get something extra.
They really don't.
He is hectoring the fuck out of him right now, dude. He is dragging his ass all over this fucking place.
Until.
Yeah, Ben's able to wrap the wire around a steel beam, which stops the dirt bike and jerks Buzzsaw off.
Bro, the most
Jerks him right off.
unrealistic jerk off I've ever seen. You cannot jerk somebody off that way. There's no way you're jerking somebody off like that.
Why don't you
got-
tell us how to jerk
he
somebody
got
off?
jerked
You know
off.
how-
You're definitely not jerking somebody off by wrapping something around them
Well,
and then
after-
slinging them off.
After Buzzsaw crashed, we see Weiss and Amber find the computer component that they need
Yeah.
for Weiss to hack the system.
Uplink interface.
And he smacks it, and it opens up the shield that was protecting it. And obviously, this guy is a hacker, so he starts to hack. And while Amber's on the lookout, instead of being incognito, peeking around
She
corners,
just walks the fuck out
yeah,
there.
she just walks out there in this bright yellow suit, like,
That's a
hey,
Spanish woman just going, hey, bitch, the fuck you doing? This our neighborhood. Fuck off. We got people jerking off out here and fucking hitting the right shit. I mean,
When he
damn
starts
it.
to hack the system, and we go back to Ben and Buzzsaw, who's laying face down on the ground. Well, tell me this, fellas. As he's laying face down on the ground, Ben takes a look at him and starts reaching for his chainsaw as he's laying face down.
upright.
How did he grab Ben by the damn neck? Like, he would have had to have turned over, and Ben would have seen that and stopped him, but he just all of a sudden just reached up, and he was like teleported on his back.
This is why they wanted Hulk Hogan for that role, not the other guy. This is why they wanted him.
Yeah, that was just a weird...
When his hand was in the wrong
Consistency.
location too. Even if he's laying down, face down, his hand to position for that chainsaw is in the wrong direction. It should have been flat down. It was open palm to where the camera was, to where like, oh yeah, he's looking right at you.
Ben ends up getting a hold of the chainsaw, but so does Buzzsaw. And now they're in this battle of strength for who is stronger with the chainsaw. Who is it going to cut? It leans towards Ben. It leans towards Buzzsaw. And they start to lower it in front of them, both of them, while looking eye to eye. Well, who's strong? The blade comes close to Ben's neck. And Buzzsaw says, I saw as part of me, I'm going to make it a part of you.
Some redneck ass fucking. That's where Hulk Hogan turned the roll down.
Oh, shit.
He wasn't a part of that, but that is the most sling blade type shit I've ever fucking heard. But that is exactly how he said it.
Well,
100%.
Ben ends up struggling. They end up getting the blade pointed down in between both their legs, but Ben is stronger and starts lifting it up in between old Buzzsaw's legs.
He's making him a female.
And yes, he has run that saw right up into Buzzsaw and rips him and chainsaws him all up.
Yep. He's fucked. He's dead.
You have to be so strong because what what was Buzzsaw, man? Like 300 something pounds, gravity plus
and then
his
picking
strength.
them up. Yeah, you're fucked. There's no way.
And he was able to get that chainsaw.
Leverage wise, yeah. But here's the other question: is that when this went down, when he was originally trying to, it looked like Buzzsaw was down for the count. Why reach for the other chainsaw? If you pay attention to the fight scene, he's got like 3 chainsaws hanging from his fucking pants, like little mini chainsaws and knives and shit. Why not grab one of those and just fucking stab him? Why are you going for the other one? Yeah, dumb person.
We go back to Weiss and Amber, where Weiss is finding a way to hack into the system, and as he's doing so, he's telling Amber these number codes. But he's interrupted by Dynamo.
Light bright. Walking light bright.
And Dynamo blasts Weiss with an electrical blast, and Amber he starts to chase after Amber.
Well, he got both of them. You see that? He got both of them. If you pay attention to the scene, they both got electrocuted. Only one died.
She's got a little bit of electric.
Well, Ben hears Amber scream and comes to her rescue, and he calls Dynamo a Christmas tree while dodging Dynamo's lightning shocks. But before he lets go of Amber, he hits her with this, I guess, a different color of lightning, which only stuns her. Mm-hmm. I thought the stalkers were to kill, not just stun these people.
No, that was a rape charge.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was planning on doing something else.
Yeah, he was trying to get it in that Latino heat.
Okay.
Well, you don't knock her out long, though.
Well, he ends up trying to kill Ben, but he jumps into his car and chases after him and tries to run him over.
Where was that car the whole fucking time?
It was right there.
They were in a different area, though, weren't they?
I'm not sure, but he
hopped
into it. This little rascal's go-kart he's got going on.
He's too fat for that shit.
Well, Ben is running from this go-kart, and he's outrunning it, and he ends up deciding, hey, I'm going to run up this garbage hill that Dynamo tries to follow him in the car, and he ends up flipping on his side and getting stuck. He can't handle this side.
I don't understand. Why? Why would you not just put it in park and then blast his ass with your electrical beams? Why would you chase him up a fucking hill? Who gives a shit?
Maybe he needed a recharge or something. I don't know.
These are like Power Rangers fucking bad guys. They are the worst shit. They're like the putty people. They lose every fucking time, bro. They're just doing dumb shit that doesn't make any fucking sense.
As he flips, he's on his side and he's helpless. Ben has a chance to kill him, but he doesn't.
Well, he keeps repeating over and over to go to a cut scene, so you can tell he's just an actor. Mm-hmm. You can tell he's not part of the killing spree, but he hasn't realized what he's doing for sure. He seems like he's enjoying the spoils of what he's doing.
Ben tells him, though, I won't kill a helpless human being, not even a sadistic scum like you.
Yeah,
he just knocks him out with a pole.
Yeah, I don't think he is. I think he's, like I said, I think he's a fat, lazy, no friend having just person that they've conned into being that person, and he's enjoying those spoils. He doesn't understand what he's doing. He does now, but it took this point to get to that, which...
Well, after they knocked out Dynamo, I about to say Daytona, but
Daytona, some bitches. Daytona.
As they knocked out Dynamo, Amber asked what happened to Buzzsaw, and he says,
What do you say?
He out to split.
God damn it, Arnold, you son of a bitch! This is where your career went bad.
But Damon tries to keep the crowd pumped after another stalker is down, and we see Fireball getting called up and getting ready for action. Ben and Amber make it back to Laughlin, but that first hit with Buzzsaw was too much. And before he does end up succumbing to his injuries, he tells him to finish the job, and then he dies. That's pretty sad.
Real bad movie death, but also no one ever saw where Buzzsaw actually killed him. He looked like he got impaled in the heart by a butcher knife. I don't know where that happened.
Yeah, he just got slashed in the beginning, and that he couldn't get up.
A chainsaw, if you're not going full bore,
it was too much for him.
Yeah, I don't understand. It's taking the top layers of skin for sure, but you're not going into death. You're not dying from that. That's an easy one to fix.
I said, trying to play tough, and he's soft as yogurt.
He is soft, but it's okay. He's helping the cause. He'll go down in the history books.
For what? Doing what? He didn't do shit.
He sacrificed himself. What do you mean, bro? He took a sacrifice.
Man, he was just too slow to move the fuck out the way.
Arnold can't go down in history not having ethnic friends. He can't save the day.
You gotta have a black guy with a Jericho.
He didn't die first, but he died.
Well, after Laughlin's death, Damon ends up giving Ben a private call, and he offers him a 3-year contract as a stalker. But Ben snatches the camera and says he'll make Damon eat that contract, and he hopes he leaves in some room because he's going to ram his fist into his stomach and break his goddamn spine.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happened.
There was a lot of emotion in this one.
There was. And he's still wearing that goofy-ass goddamn fucking costume. If he wasn't, it would mean more. That's so bad. Why'd they make him wear that in this movie? I don't understand those.
That was the running man uniform.
Guess. I mean, I don't.
They gotta have the uniform.
They're so bad. They're so bad.
So
he looks like he's part of NASCAR's pit crew.
Yeah, after Damon was declined for his offer of a 3-year contract, Damon clears the room for a call with the Attorney General, who has called Damon, who's probably pretty upset.
Ooh. Well, weren't they not supposed to bring in military prisoners?
Yeah, they weren't supposed to. But.
So he did some shit that was illegal. And you still see that bodyguard waiting in the background. Waiting.
And then we go back to the stage room and also outside of the arena, and everybody's chanting fireball, fireball.
Fireball.
What is some fireball? I mean,
and Fireball shows up and demonstrates his flames on stage. And then he takes off and flies to the battlefield, so Fireball can fly.
he's got a little jetpack on him, but the fireball thing I don't understand. Where is all this power and pressure coming from for the fire and the jetpacks? I'm super confused.
He's got this huge tank on his back.
Which one's which? You can't do both.
Yeah, they both flow. He got 2 tubes, one going for thrusters.
Come on, bro. This is
the
the future of 2017 where you can do both of these.
Listen, Elon put out one flamethrower and it is very suspect.
Who do you think made this?
Elon? Oh, Captain Freedom showing him taking a pill of some sort.
We do see Captain Freedom. He's looking at one of his older posters of himself. He used to be a stalker, but he's retired into the commentary area. And he's looking at, Fireball do his thing, but he's also looking at an old picture of himself thinking, man, I could be in there doing this.
I think he's looking at it from that perspective, but I also think he's looking at it from a perspective of, I don't want to fucking get back to doing this shit. I don't want to do it again. They need to fucking handle business because I'm retired. I look at it from both ways. He does seem to be yearning for the itch.
Well, Damon picks his next fan who will make the next. He asks her who will make the next kill, and she says, "I think Ben Richards." And he's like, "Ben Richards is a contestant. We need to pick a stalker." And she says, "No, I get to pick who I want, and I pick Ben Richards."
She fucked them up. She changed the game right there.
Yes, because then bookers outside started taking bets on Ben Richards because he's been dominating so far. You've seen more stalkers die or be incapacitated this game than you have in the history of this whole show.
Yeah, you're doing 3-0 right now. You're having to put legitimate legends in there right now. People who don't normally go in unless it's just a KO shot.
And she says, Richards, he's a mean motherfucker.
Yeah, she does. They should have had Betty White do that.
Yeah,
they should have done fucking Betty White. I'm sure they couldn't afford it, but that would have been the play.
She was doing Golden Girls at this time, wasn't
Yeah, no, it was over with. I thought it was over with by then.
I don't know. It might have been around time.
Right around the end? Maybe.
87.
Yeah. Maybe you're right.
That show.
That's great.
It's funny.
It's a great show.
It's still funny as
I actually just finished that show.
It's a
that
great
one
show,
and The
dude.
Golden Palace.
Bro, great show.
Well, Ben and Amber are walking about talking about the original plan, and he blames her for fucking it up at the airport. But that's when Fireball floats down to the scene, and Ben and Amber try to hide.
Did you know this is where they got the idea for Turbo Man?
No.
I made that up.
Yeah.
He floats down like Turbo Man, though, don't he?
Well, Fireball finds him, and Ben gets him to light a fuel barrel on fire in hopes to kill him. He knocks down all these barrels full of fuel. They're just laying around for some weird reason. Yeah, and then he ends up lighting it up because he's separated from Amber at this moment. She goes running off into this warehouse thing, and Ben lures him away from her, trying to protect Amber. And Fireball follows him, so he starts knocking these big fuel barrels over in hopes that he'll light it, and the explosion and flames will end up killing him. Fireball ends up lighting those damn flames, and he just walks right through it like the goddamn Terminator.
Good. Arnold.
You can almost hear it.
Now, see, I'm trying to figure out, if you have somebody she don't listen to anything he says. Anything. Like, she's trying to get away from him and go her own separate way.
So what you're saying
but he's trying to...
They're technically married?
Probably. I know, bro. If it's a life and death situation, stick with the motherfucker that can actually kill people.
I don't understand this part of the thing either, because they just keep showing him running. He's running. He just keeps running.
It's the running man.
I know, I understand. There's one running man. Why is the chaser just continue? This is the most running we've seen so far.
He can fly.
He just keeps. Why is he running? He just keeps chasing them. Fly above him and blast him with fucking flames. What are you doing?
You know.
He's flaming.
I guess.
But he walks through those flames, and to Ben's surprise,
doesn't blow up.
Yeah, he doesn't blow up. He doesn't catch on fire. He's
got oxygen tanks and gas tanks or whatever the fuck he's got using that flamethrower. That's okay.
Flame retardant
no big deal.
suit.
Yep. Flame retarded.
I mean, his face is bare, so how's he not burning up? Like his neck or face is getting...
That's a racist question.
Okay.
Well,
is that not the same guy who played Candyman?
No, that's...
No.
Okay, sorry.
Jim Brown.
Jim Brown. Everybody knows Jim Brown.
He's a legendary Browns running back.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Anyways, we end up seeing Amber in a different location, and she ends up finding this locker room with a couple of burnt bodies already in there. And she sees the dog tags of these deceased people. And she figured out that they were last year's winners. All three of those guys that they showed in the video, I guess they did win, but they showed them in the video.
They were in Panama or the Bahamas. They're dead.
And then they burned them.
Why would you leave them there?
I don't know. I mean, why bury them?
But why leave them there for somebody to pick up evidence? You know what I'm saying? If you're going to commit a crime.
Well, they never... you would never...
You never thought somebody was going to make it this far?
Yeah.
Hubris. Yeah, you think
this,
you're... Yeah.
Yeah, she's not going to make it out alive.
This is another question that I have is, if they can't have military contracts, why do these guys have dog tags when Amber or...
Oh, military prisoners?
Yeah.
Why can't they have military prisoners?
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Holy shit.
I don't know.
That's a good point.
Dog tags.
Good call, dude.
That is
good
true.
Call. Very good call.
She finds the last year's winners, and Fireball interrupts and says, no, last year's losers. But before he could kill Amber, Ben swing kicks Fireball and unplug Fireball's fuel line and tosses a flare and says, have a light.
That's number 3. This
That's
motherfucker. That's number 4?
That's number 4.
Oh, God damn it. This son of a bitch.
Well, you just wait. Because as he's leaving and Fireball is burning, Ben says he was a hothead.
Oh, my God. Number 5. Son of a bitch. Dude, why did he look like Frozone, though? With a jetpack.
He had all kind of puns, man.
Yeah, he did. Arnold was fucking punned up.
But Damon's in the control room when Captain Freedom comes storming in, complaining about the armor they want him to wear. He's got some kind of, I don't know.
It looks like a tool belt Batman type bullshit that's not accurate or very good at all.
Toasters.
He's got a fucking, I mean, they look huge.
Yeah, and Damon is upset because he tells them, that they're betting on Richards. No one's ever bet on a contestant before.
Yep. Use the money. Keep rolling with it.
And Freedom says, oh, bullshit. But
bullshit.
But it's not bullshit. They're actually betting on Richards. The armor we were talking about earlier, he doesn't want to wear, which he rightfully doesn't want to wear because it's like the 80s.
Like I said, the 80s version of a fucking an air fryer.
It's their vision of the future, man. So it's this chrome metallic, I don't know, box they got him in.
It's got a bunch of surgical tools on it, like scalpels and shit. I don't know.
He doesn't want to wear it. He just wants to go out there and fight like a normal, a normal fight. But they won't let him. They want him to wear all this extravagant crap.
It's part of the show.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's got to have the flair, the
was
fire.
this before Arnold and Jesse Ventura did Predator, or was this after?
This is after.
Okay.
This is the only reason he made friends with Arnold on Predator.
Yeah.
So he got asked to come on Running Man.
Hell yeah. Good for them. He's a shit wrestler, but...
Well, he's like, this is bullshit. I will not wear this.
I love when they make fun of him on Family Guy. It's my favorite.
Well, Ben and Amber are trying to find the communication relay, and they get trapped in a room. And then we see the editing crew making a video of Ben and Captain Freedom fighting.
Do you know what's sad about this movie? And I don't want to bring this up until later in the podcast because I don't want you guys to get upset. But Arnold and that girl's costumes look better than the X-Men movie costumes. They look way more accurate to the X-Men than the actual X-Men costumes. That's some bullshit there, bro.
How many years apart is it?
That's fucking probably 20 plus.
25,
yeah, it's fuck. I mean, how do you not? I mean, Wolverine, god damn it. That's it. Shit.
Well, the editing crew make a video of Ben and Captain Freedom fighting. they're in the process
They're
of
doing that
making
deep
this
fake
video.
bullshit.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn it,
So
that's cool.
people are actually fighting, but they just have their faces on the people. Right?
I don't even know if that's true because
No one's fighting.
the 80s
making
vision
it.
of the future, they can make videos like this. Like
Yep.
the actors actually shot this scene, but in this reality, they didn't. They just made this video. But it turns out when Ben and Amber got trapped, it wasn't by the Running Man crew.
Stalkers.
It was by the Resistance. And so they opened it up and they let Ben and Amber know, hey, we're here and we're here to help or
Yeah.
whatever.
What's crazy too is to think about this is 2017's future, and we're in 2023, and I think we're still probably 10 years out from being able to make a video game video look real where you can't tell the difference. Because you look at the best quality of anything virtual, you can tell what's what. You can make somebody's mouth move in a video a certain way or the voice, but video-wise quality, you can't make a new video and make it look real. Not yet, but it's crazy to think about.
So Damon starts to play the fabricated video of Ben and Amber fighting Captain Freedom.
Mm-hmm.
So Amber comes sliding down into this trapped arena room, and Captain Freedom gets a hold of her first, and he snaps her neck.
He snaps her neck and then just tosses that bitch into some barbed wire, dude. He just fucking slings that bitch.
Yeah.
I was dying.
And so that's when Ben gets angry and starts to fight old Captain Freedom. And so as they're struggling, they're fighting, they're dirty fighting, grabbing eyes, grabbing mouths and shit, and Captain Freedom's running Ben into barbed wire. And they're making a pretty good scene, pretty good fight. It was a good back and forth. Old Ben starts getting the upper hand on old Captain Freedom here. And
Captain Freedom looks like he's dressed like the big boss man.
he is the big
From
boss
the old
man.
school wrestling.
They're pretty evenly matched until Captain Freedom gets the upper hand, and he's able to drive Ben into this spiked gate wall that they had up, which kills Ben Richards.
What was he doing? Ah.
Yeah, he's like, no.
One of the funniest things is that he lifted his leg up to kick, and it seems like his leg can't go up that high to kick anyway.
Don't you talk about fucking Arnold that way, you cunt. His leg can go where the fuck he wants to. He does.
Jesse Ventura.
Oh, yeah, fuck Jesse Ventura. Never mind. Fuck yeah. Fuck him. Piece of shit. He said, oh, God damn it, I'm dead.
And so now the crowd thinks that Ben is dead, and the game is over.
And that bitch, too.
But the Resistance plans on making their attack tonight. They're closer than they've ever been, and Ben and Amber have the chance to leave, but they decide they wanted to help.
Did you notice that all the dudes in the little command center were wearing sunglasses? They're underground. They're hidden. They're looking at computer screens. They're wearing sunglasses.
Oh, you need to make sure that you're extra hidden.
Yeah, you got to make sure you don't look suspicious.
Even your vision has to be hidden.
Ben tells Amber, hey, I'm going to stay. I'm going to help them fight. Well, she's like, you might need this. And she gives them the original video of the Bakersfield Massacre. And Ben was like, he was wondering, where were you hiding that? And she said, it's none of your business.
You know where she had that shit? Yeah. It was one of two locations. I don't think in the 80s it would have been in the other one, but maybe. Who knows?
In a cooch pocket.
No, dude.
I wasn't going to say it. You did it.
Good old
Good
prison,
job.
the prison wallet.
Yep. Little meat wallet.
When did she have a chance to rummage around?
Yeah, I know. She just stuffed that bitch in there like it was a Hot Pocket.
Hey, ain't that a onesie? So she have to take her whole clothes off to go rummage around up in there.
No, bro.
Yeah.
She's an expert. Thing's a little bigger than what you think it is.
Okay.
Cracking.
Well, old Damon tells the crew that we're all good guys and we have been approved for another season. So, I guess it's time for celebration. But in reality, he knows they didn't kill Ben.
Yep.
So he should be worried about where he's
Yeah,
at.
100%.
Yeah, that was kind of weird that Ben just escaped his mind and he really thinks they're dead. Like, did he believe his own hype? Did he believe his own video?
But
He does seem like he does kind of believe that.
Does the tracking chip just stop working at a certain point?
That's a good point, too. Because it's done. I mean, they're out and no one's coming to get them. And Arnold has another goddamn cigar.
Cigar, bro.
Every time he's free, he gets a cigar.
Yeah, he's in the underground preparing for this resistance strike. They are loaded up with guns.
She's got the Han Solo fucking pistol. Bro, was that not the Han Solo pistol?
It was some kind of
Pay
submachine gun with a
attention.
sniper on it.
Bro, what are you fucking scoping the fucking pistol down? Dude, that'll knock your fucking eyeball out.
As we all know, the futuristic guns of 2017.
The fuck out of here.
Ben infiltrates the boiler room by knocking out some goofball guard with a single kick.
Yep.
And the Resistance leader calls an assistant Mr. Spock as he
sunglasses again.
Yeah, and he asks like, "Who is Spock?" And it's funny because this is the '80s. Star Trek is still kind of around and fresh. The young assistant asks who's Spock, like he really didn't know. Like, come on, it may be 2017, but if you don't know who Spock is, you shouldn't know who Gilligan's Island is.
Yeah, that's for fucking sure.
But before that, before Amber and Ben split up, they tell each other good luck. So she's really come around on Ben for sure, and her willingness to help him defeat these things.
She wants some of that Austrian oak.
Well, yeah, that might be true. I don't know. But Damon is locking up the show. He's shutting it down. The dancers are leaving and everything. And he gets a telephone call on air.
From a cordless phone?
That's right. No wires.
It don't look like it was
a
cordless phone, bro. It don't have no buttons on it.
Yeah, we don't know. It's all right. It's 2017. Cell phones. I know we're almost done with this, but at this point, has no one noticed that out of all of the choreographing, no one has taught any of these actors how to actually hold a gun correctly? Have you noticed they're all just running around with them, pointing at each other's backs? Yeah. Improper hand placement. I mean, just terrible. I mean, John Wick and Equalizer and some of those upgraded movies show you why we appreciate them because of the accuracy of how you should handle a gun.
Well, the Resistant crew gets into the taping room and they start exposing Damon with real videos. They're playing the truth, showing the crowd the actual winners of last year's contest and the original massacre video. Damon tries to calm the crowd, but they don't believe him.
Time out. How'd she take those pictures?
I don't know. Maybe there was a camera in the room that
right. She didn't have a camera.
She didn't. Damn.
But how'd she get them pictures, bro? I mean, I'm just saying. I'm confused by that one. Me and Mandy were talking about that, trying to figure out. Okay, how did she get pictures of those dead bodies? Those previous contestants.
How were they advertising this video before the episode?
Hacked into some shit. What the fuck is going on?
It's the future, 2017, guys.
I guess. It's 20 plus years in the future.
Yeah, but so they end up showing the original video, and the crowd sees the truth that Richard was actually a good guy. A gun battle breaks out in the crowded room with the audience between the Resistance and the crew or
show crew.
Yeah, military, whatever it is over here. And a lot of people get shot.
A lot of people get shot.
A lot.
Yeah, the Resistance is trying to protect the people and also win this battle. But the soldiers who are protecting Damon and whatnot, they don't give a damn. They're just opening fire with this crowded room, shooting audience members
to protect him.
Yeah.
Himself.
Just to protect him, and they are running scared. People are running crazy everywhere. People scrambling.
Dude, this is the worst gunfight I've ever. Again, who taught any of these motherfuckers how to hold a gun? Arnold never once pulls the gun to his actual eye. He fires from the hip the entire fucking movie with a motherfucking AUG. He is not aiming at all, and it is 100% accurate. Kill shots.
Backstage, Amber kills a guy.
With her Han Solo pistol.
Yep. But she is soon attacked by Dynamo, who was not killed earlier. She punches him in the nuts and then...
realizes there's nothing there.
She shoots a sprinkler, which causes his suit to shock him to death.
That was he was going to rape her legitimately, like in the movie theme, right? I mean...
Yeah, he's about to.
I know that's a controversial topic nowadays, but...
Yeah, he was... in his tidy whities.
Yeah, 100% in tidy whities and tube socks, white tube socks up to the knees.
Terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we go back to the fight in the audience room where everybody's getting shot the hell up, and we see Damon tries to sneak out while everybody else is getting shot the hell up and running and scared and everything. So he's going to make his way out of here.
Bro, again, no one shoots from anywhere but the hip. Every one of these dudes has a fucking assault rifle, and they're all firing from the hip.
Except for the camera, like the crew.
Where? Please tell me.
Whenever they fire.
Look at them. They're all firing, not even looking down their sights. This is nonsense. That's why they're...
It might have just been the first...
this looks like the Power Rangers.
With the putty men?
Yep, 100%. This is it.
The crowd outside, they're seeing everything. The camera's staying on, and the devoted cameraman, or maybe it's an AI, since it has, it is the future.
See some Hennessy up there.
It's catching everything. And we see Damon, crawling, trying to sneak his way out of there. But old Ben catches him and says, one of us is in deep trouble. And that's the first thing Damon said to Ben whenever he had first captured Ben. One of us is in deep trouble. That's when Damon's bodyguard shows up.
He gets confident. He gets confident as fuck after that.
Yeah. He starts laughing at old Ben. He's like, ain't no way you're going to get past this guy.
He's a big fucking dude. I mean, I don't know who he is, but he's a big fucking dude.
He says, so do you want to talk, Mr. Richards? He's, like you say, he's real confident, like, hey, what's going on here? Ben looks at the guy, the bodyguard, and Damon tries to talk his way out of it, as the crowd watches.
What does he say, though? Why'd the security guard leave? Because he accused him earlier of using steroids. Remember, he made a steroid comment.
Yep.
And that's what the security guard said. Something about steroids.
He said, I got to go get some more steroids. Yep. And he walks away and leaves Damon unprotected, alone with Ben Richards.
Is all this being shot on TV, though?
All this is on TV.
Okay. And Ben Richards is trying to sell TV, but he's doing it on live TV, which is going to... Even if he wins this battle with him, it's over with already.
Yeah,
he's already admitted everything.
They already know the truth.
Yep.
That's all fine. So the coaster comes down. So I guess the Resistance crew is working the special effects now.
Yeah. They're in the replay booth. They got it all. We do. It's happening. It's okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And so Ben decides to shove old Damon into this little coaster thing. And he tells them he's going to give the audience what do they want.
What they want.
As he's being shoved in there, Damon tells him, "You bastard! Why don't you just drop dead?"
Do it. What did Arnold say?
I don't do requests.
Jesus, another one.
6. Was that 6 or 7? I lost.
That's 6 for
so
sure.
He launches old Damon through that portal, the same tunnel that he got launched through, which I would say that Arnold weighs a significant amount more than Damon. But I guess they put the super speed on with this specific launch because he is flying faster than Ben and his friends did through this tunnel.
I think there was maybe an adjustment setting that Arnold had to push that maybe shot him faster. I don't know, but yeah.
Yes, so because there was no net to catch him.
Nope.
He goes flying and straight through a billboard that has his face on it.
Yeah.
And when he does, Arnold says, "Well, that hit the spot."
It was like we talked about. I mean, it's just where would all the protections go? They all hit nets when they went down. There was no net. It was in a completely different area. He shot at least a football field longer than everybody else and hit a billboard that was not present on any other launches. Maybe it was because he was farther in the game. Like we talked, I don't know. It was weird.
Well, the crowd goes crazy for Ben, and everyone cheers for him as Amber comes on the stage from back. And she walks up to old Ben and gives him a big old one across the lips.
This is where Arnold got his Mildred temptations.
His fantasy started
he needed
right
some
here.
more Latino in his life.
And he grabbed the back of her neck when they first met him.
He said, vacuum my carpet.
Oh, did, man. I guess that's just his natural thing. And after that, the crowds go crazy and the words go up on the Running Man.
Woo! That's a good one.
And that's right. At the end of the movie, at the end of our review, we do hit up some special movie facts.
Go to the main menu right there.
Don't try to get out of this shit.
No. I'm gonna show you guys something.
Don't show us shit. Talk about your facts.
Normally get some of those.
You're cheating. You're fucking cheating.
And now we load up our facts. Maybe some hidden facts that you guys didn't know about this movie. So be prepared to learn something if you didn't know them and just act like you didn't, okay? Polar, let's start with you, man.
Oh, I got a good one for you. So the movie was based on a Stephen King novel based on the same name, The Running Man, but he wrote it under the pen name Richard Bachman. When the producers bought the rights, they had no clue it was a Stephen King writing.
I had the same fact. I might want to add on to a little bit of that one. The film version differs significantly from the book, particularly in terms of the dystopian setting and character motivations. But my fact would be that Christopher Reeve was once attached to play Ben Richards. In a 2015 interview about the film, Paul Michael Glaser, the director, said that he was originally approached to direct the film, but declined because he felt that the pre-production period was insufficient.
I thought you were going to say it had something to do with the bovine creatures. Maybe had... prevented him from doing so.
Well, the director, Andrew Davis, was hired instead, but was fired after just 2 weeks because the production was 1 week behind schedule. So Glaser was now hired, and Schwarzenegger, who was friends with Andrew Davis, the former director, he has stated it was a terrible decision to hire Glaser on because he shot the movie like it was a television show, losing all the deeper themes. Yes.
Such deeper themes.
And LA Weekly stated that the film's tone changed from a dark allegory to a humorous action film with a change of the film's star. With Christopher Reeve, The Running Man was about an unemployed man who goes on a violent game show for a 30-day period to feed his family. But with Glaser and Schwarzenegger, the protagonist became a condemned but innocent criminal forced into a 3-hour gladiator-style game show by the justice system.
Bro, I'll be honest with you. I probably would prefer the other.
Yeah, that
sounds fucking good.
I mean, it would have been interesting.
Maybe with Arnold, not with...
Well, I mean, Christopher Reeve was more accurate to the book's character. He was more scrawnier.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, not as
he wasn't a jacked fucking cop. Yeah.
Grizzly, what'd you get for?
Mine was Arnold Schwarzenegger and Mick Fleetwood are friends, and that's how he got the part of the underground resistance guy. And if you don't know who Mick Fleetwood is, he's the drummer of one of the most famous bands, Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, that one too. Can I add on to yours just for fun, and I'll do another one?
Okay, go ahead.
They also Dwazil Zappa, son of legendary guitarist Frank Zappa, is also in the movie as one of the resistance people. I was going to add on to yours. Another thing is that the movie and the novel from Stephen King actually took inspiration from a Japanese TV series called Trans-American Ultra Quiz, which was similar. It was a game show, and that's where Stephen King got his inspiration.
Pass it off to me. Predictive technology. The film predicted several technological advancements that are now used today, like reality shows, widespread surveillance, and the use of social media to manipulate public opinion.
God damn, who would have known that was what was going to happen with it?
Rich, you got anything else for us?
Yeah, so I do gun reviews, and a couple of guns that I've seen that I've reviewed was the Beretta was in here twice.
Polar?
Paula Abdul, which we already talked about, choreographed all of the dance sequences.
Yeah, about that.
But I got another one for you if we want to go, since we already did that one. 4 directors were fired over creative differences before they stuck with Mr. Glaser, better known for his role as Starsky on 70s TV show Starsky and Hutch.
Whoa, I didn't know he was in that.
Yep.
That's pretty
cool. He was
cool.
Starsky.
Okay, pass it on back to me. Influences from this movie are seen in The Hunger Games. The premise of The Running Man bears similarities to Suzanne Collins' The Hunger Games trilogy. Both stories focus on a dystopian society where individuals are forced to participate in deadly televised competitions for the entertainment of the masses. Grizzly?
Also, this was heavily inspired by the TV show Gladiators.
American Gladiators. Yep. I had that one ready for you. How's it going? Touche. I got one that's going to blow your motherfucking minds. You ready for this?
Let's go.
Arnold used the film's title in his campaign for governor of California, naming his campaign bus The Running Man. Boo!
Nice.
My mind's blown.
Filming locations. The Running Man was primarily filmed in Los Angeles, California. Some notable filming locations include City Hall, the Los Angeles Convention Center, and Pasadena Civic Auditorium. Grizzly?
I'm out.
I got you. The movie was a key influence behind arcade action game Smash TV, which saw contestants thrown into a game show area to face ever tougher enemies. So it was like a level base, like Mortal Kombat type thing.
Okay, we'll comment out. Controversial censorship. The film initially received an X rating from the Motion Picture Association of America, which is the MPAA, due to its violent content. To secure an R rating, extensive cuts and edits were made to reduce the intensity of certain scenes.
Damn, that's why fucking violent with some of that shit. I got one more for you. Edgar Wright, director of Shaun of the Dead, Baby Driver, is attached to direct a sequel.
To The Running Man?
Or remake. I'm sorry. Remake.
Oh, okay.
Not sequel. Remake.
I'm ready for that.
I'll do that.
Iconic catchphrase. The Running Man introduced the popular catchphrase, I'll be back, which became synonymous with Arnold Schwarzenegger's on-screen persona. This catchphrase was later used in several of Schwarzenegger's subsequent films like Terminator. Also, the cast and crew connections. The Running Man features several cast and crew members who had worked together in previous films, including Schwarzenegger and Jesse Ventura, who had both appeared in The Predator a year prior.
That's a good one.
And a box office success. Despite receiving mixed reviews from critics, The Running Man was a commercial success, earning over $38 million domestically and over $72 million worldwide. It has since gained a cult following and is regarded as a classic action film of the 1980s.
I'm good with that.
All right, I thought Running Man was a action adventure hit, especially for the 80s. If you were watching it at the time, I think you probably would have been amazed. You know what I'm saying, with the effects, the special effects, everything that was going on in the movie. I mean, it was captivating. You know, it was nonstop action. It was a guy trying to redeem himself from some bullshit that really didn't happen to him, man. So you're rooting for him the whole time. You know, there's no, I don't think there is a gray area in this movie. There's bad guys, there's good guys. You know what side you need to be on. And I enjoyed it thoroughly, through and through. I watched this movie 3 or 4 times, not because I had to, but just because I wanted to. And I would say that Running Man is a great movie. And I would recommend that to anybody who likes action movies. I mean, Arnold, I think he did a good job on this one. You know, his acting isn't like, you know, the top rank, but I believe he did a perfect job for this movie, and this is an Arnold movie, and yeah, he tore it up. So I'm going to say it's a great one. Grizzly, if you were placed in a game show where you had to fight for your life, and the only way to get out was to have a guy on a chainsaw motorcycle jerk you off, would you say that Running Man was a good one?
God dang it.
He gonna jerk you off.
I wanted the Latina lady.
Nope. He's got some oil from that chainsaw to lube it up. He's jerking you off.
I think it is a good one. But what kept it from being a great one was the puns, man. I don't know why I'm so susceptible to the puns, but this dude was Rapunzel over here. Just...
Really?
The puns ruins it for you? That's it. I mean, that's fair.
It's that, and then there's
a lot of them.
The acting, I kind of didn't like the acting, bro. But I'm looking at it as a movie reviewer. I didn't look at it with fresh eyes back in the 70, 80, 87, 80, 80, something like that. Maybe I would have liked it if I would have seen it growing up, but I never did, bro. So I'm looking at it as fresh eyes, and right now it's just... It's a good one, though. It's a good one. I like it. It's all right.
All right. Polar, if you met the finest Latino lady that you have ever seen on a workout bench, and she said, join this show with me, and as you're about to make sweet, passionate love to her Latino body, you find out that her vagina is made of electricity, would you say that Running Man was a good one?
Oh, sorry, I was cleaning up after I finished what was going on there. But I'm gonna say Running Man was a good one. Oh, I got a little shock in me. I don't know what that was from. A little static electricity. Running Man was a good one, and I'm gonna say that because I feel like it set the stage for some of the better series and movies that we've seen to date. I think Law Abiding Citizen comes into mind as one of those movies that's kind of similar, where a guy gets wrongfully convicted. He took it a little bit more and went after the government as opposed to what Arnold did. But I think The Hunger Games, some of these movies and series that we've seen from this point, I think that movie inspired a lot of what those are now today. Arnold, I think that sets the stage for him. I think Predator was the start. I think this movie established him as, hey, he can be that guy at that time. I mean, at that time, all you had was Stallone, really. I mean, as an action star, and that was Rocky. All you knew he could do was box. Mm-hmm. So Arnold was setting himself apart. He was establishing who he was as an actor. You got Jingo All the Way. You got all these other movies out of that. A lot of different movies that were very good. I think this one set the stage for it. Predator was a start. He used this as a springboard, and he established himself as the highest paid actor male actor at the time for multiple years on end. But again, it set up a lot of some of the movies that you see. I mean, like I said, Hunger Games and Law Abiding Citizen are two of them, but there's many more. It's a good one. It's not a great one. It's not the best one, but it helped establish where we're at today with movies. It gave us a good estimation. There's a lot of movies nowadays that took inspiration from this, and I appreciate that. And Arnold is Arnold. So,
we have one update, unless you guys have one thing or not, but one update is we did mess up on Chris Kattan's name in the House on Haunted Hill review. Yeah, it was read as Caton, but we know Chris Kattan, so we got corrected on that one. And we won't mess up again. I'm sorry, Chris Kattan. We want to apologize for you.
Join us sometime if you want to make it up to us.
Yeah, Mr. Chris Kattan, you can join us anytime you want to on this podcast. But yeah, that's going to be it. Our next movie will be in October. You're going to get two special reviews in October. One will be Donnie Darko. Panda and Koala are going to be teaming up on Donnie Darko for October. It is the horror movie month. And after that, the next time we all will reunite is for Child's Play.
Which Koala will be coming in here as an extra guest.
Yeah, we will be having 4 guests in here.
I'm pumped for that one, dude. That's a great movie.
Yeah.
Fuck them dolls.
We'll have some special Koala hindsights on Child's Play and old Chucky with old Brad Dourif there. Mm-hmm. But if you guys don't have anything else, that'll be it for us at We Real Reels. Grizzly? Polar? And we are out of here, guys. Keep on reeling. Captain Freedom.
Vacuum my carpet. That was a good one.